JRM Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of President's Athletic Conference Football, produced by JRM Video Productions.
Welcome to Reeves Field in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania for prime-time President's Athletic Conference action in our PAC Game of the Week between the visiting Teal Tomcats and the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes on KDKA+. And we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Austin Bechtel joined alongside Alex Terrett, the third member of our crew, Robert Mangino, will join us momentarily. Alex, Teal and Geneva, both two teams that had a really tough schedule in the first 2 weeks of the season, looking to bounce back and do something neither team has done so far this year.
And both teams are coming in this matchup 0-2. And in this conference, if you want to play for a PAC championship game, if you want to play for a national title hope, you can't fall 0-3. And with the expanded playoff, this is a very crucial matchup tonight.
And both looking for wins, and both teams have struggled offensively. Teal has not scored an offensive touchdown. Geneva only one that came last week after being shut out in the season opener against Grove City.
And that's going to be a really hard thing to overcome for these teams. But can you throw that in the back of your mind, and can you move forward and have a successful night?
And the key comes down to the quarterbacks on both sides. Geneva running the triple option, but it's Daniel Rennie, the quarterback for Teal, a transfer quarterback in, Alex, that is one of the main players to watch for the Caps.
And it all starts with the battle of transfer quarterbacks and Daniel Rennie, who's a transfer from the state of Florida. And Coach Sam Bauman loves that this kid shows poise, shows his decision-making, and after winning the job in the spring, he felt really comfortable giving him the reins. Look for him to make a lot of quick throws, a lot of easy throws to really open up this playbook. And after coming off a performance last week and only showing 75 pass yards per game, there's bound to be some upside in this kid.
Geneva has waited a couple weeks to see this guy. Caleb Romano, the sophomore quarterback, also a transfer, make his debut after being out the last couple weeks due to injury.
And he's making his first collegiate start of his entire career. And Coach DeMarco loves this kid's ability to run the football and make plays down the field with his arm. But they're going to lean on him a lot in this game. And if they want to revive this struggling offense, they're going to have to really lean on him and make sure that Romano is coming off an ankle injury. And this could really deter his ability to run the football. And this offense only coming in with 50 pass yards per game. Look for there to be a lot of upside on this team.
Sam Bauman in his third year leading the Teal Tomcats at 4-18 overall. Gino DeMarco, 32nd season, 162 and 155. Geneva class of 1983. Alex, what are the keys to the game on both sides?
And for the Tomcats, they have to play big up front. This Geneva offense really wants to push and control the line of scrimmage, and they're going to rely on their playmakers like Chad Morningstar, Luke Faber to really fill those inside gaps, stop that fullback dive, and those design quarterback runs. And on the offensive side, they have to attack early. The Geneva offense is built to control the clock and the time of possession, so that doesn't leave much opportunity for this Teal offense. The first few drives are huge to not play catch-up in this game.
Now on the opposite side for Geneva, what do the Golden Tornadoes have to do for Gino DeMarco to get his first win of the season?
And Gino DeMarco stressed to play ugly football. He wants to run the football, and he's comfortable with getting only 4 yards a carry and winning this game in a dogfight. And if that gets stopped, you have to go to your sprint out game. Get Caleb Romano rolling out away from the interior of the defense and allowing him to either take off and run or take some of those shots downfield to really open up this offense.
How will we remember the 21st night of September? Find out next. Teal, Geneva, coming up after this.
One-handed drive, what a score! Cuts his way into the end zone. He's on to the races to the 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone again.
A beautiful 80-degree night high above Reeves Field on the campus of Geneva College. Let's set it down to the third member of our crew, Robert Mangino, before the opening kickoff.
I had the opportunity to talk to both coaches before the game, and Gino DeMarco loves what Sam Bauman's doing over at Teal. He really thinks he's turning this program around, and he's concerned about a couple of key players. On the defensive line, Luke Faber and Chad Morningstar, and also their cornerback, Justin Logan. And speaking with Bauman, he's impressed with what Gino DeMarco is able to do. Being here for 30 years and running that triple option consistently and running it well, he knows he has some really key things to do on defense to be able to stop them tonight and come out of here with a victory.
Yeah, very critical, Mangino, and the main thing is also going to be the triple option for Geneva, Alex. That's what's going to dictate this game in terms of really time of possession that Geneva wants to have it. But first, Geneva will kick it away to the Teal Tomcats, and Teal will begin with the football beginning at the 5-yard line on the opening kickoff, and some running room up to about the 25-yard line. So it sends out the offense for the Tomcats under the direction of Daniel Rennie from Cape Coral, Florida. He's a senior, 5'9", 190-pound quarterback, 26 of 40, 144 yards passing so far this season. He's thrown an interception. As we said, no offensive touchdowns yet for Teal. Looking to depend on that stout offensive line and running the football with Dion Logan, the lead running back with 64 yards rushing on the season through 2 games. Ball at the far side hash, and it's first down and 10 at the 23. Rennie lines up in the shotgun. 2 receivers line up to the far side. Has Logan as the back. Fake it his way, and they throw it to the far side. Pass is caught, and just a short gain. Good job defensively by Geneva on the wrap-up tackle. Just a short pickup of about 2 yards.
And we talk about this Geneva offense a lot, but what gets overshadowed is this Teal offense a little bit, and they want to run the football, but also they want to get their quarterback involved. They want to get Daniel Rennie those easy completions, because there's not a lot of time here with the Geneva offense and running the clock down. There's only a couple possessions, so he has to get confident very, very quickly.
That was Blaze Hargrove who made the tackle, the young corner, freshman at 6'2", 190. It brings up second down and 7, shotgun, and the handoff goes to Logan. He has some running room, and Dion Logan, a flag comes in late, made his way up to about the 32-yard line, but this one might be coming back. We'll check the flag on the first run from Logan. He runs towards the near side. It is.
10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
Goes on Benny Ortiz, the tight end, a junior. 5'10" and 150 pounds.
And that really wipes away a positive play. And Dion Logan just doing a great job of getting his shoulders pointed upfield and able to grind out a few yards. But obviously, that big hole is probably due to the holding call. Look for them to lean on Daniel Rennie this early to see what he can do.
So it sets up second down and 17. Ball now at the 17-yard line for the Tomcats. As Teal only had 74 total yards of offense against Washington and Jefferson last week. The total in yards was 510 to 74. And Teal looking to try to establish the offense early. Faking the handoff, Rennie rolls out near side, being pressured, and Rennie dumps it incomplete. Right before he was about to run out of bounds, trying to connect with Benny Ortiz, would have been his first catch of the year, but it sets up third and long.
Trying to get Rennie out of the pocket, trying to get him away from the interior of the defense, and Rennie just runs out of room. And there's not a whole lot of plays that can be made. And you saw there's a couple receivers out in the open, but these Geneva corners are stepping up early on. And right now you're in a bad spot for this Teal offense that's struggled so much over the past couple weeks against really good defenses. But against the Geneva defense, you should be able to get a couple first downs, and this is not how you want to start the football game.
Great pressure applied there by Lonnie Kraft, the wing safety, a sophomore at 6'2", from Western Beaver High School, to force the incompletion. It's third down, we'll call it 16. Rennie, quick pass, it's caught, and running on the far side of the field after the quick reception is Jason Stone, the leading receiver, making his 10th catch of the season. But it'll set up fourth down and long. Punting unit comes on for Teal.
And Stone doing a great job of running a very aggressive route on the hitch, knowing that his corner is playing off. And they're playing back because of the sticks, but not able to shake his defender on the Geneva defense. And that was Blaze Hargrove, who just really contained and made sure to stay in front of the sticks.
Yeah, Hargrove really active so far on the first couple of plays. A couple nice tackles. So the punting unit is on for Teal. Zach Smith to punt it away. Landon Smith is back deep. With time, almost blocked by Geneva. And the time evaporated pretty quickly. And Geneva on the triple option offense will start on the Teal Tomcats side of the field at the 47-yard line. Just a few minutes have gone by here in the first quarter. Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, and Robert Mangino alongside from Reeves Field in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, the home of the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes at 0-2 on the season. Tomcats also at 0-2. And two difficult matchups on both sides to begin the season. Geneva against the 11th ranked team in the country, Grove City, lost 41-0. Carnegie Mellon, the 20th ranked team in the country, 41-7, the final score last week. And Teal also playing against Carnegie Mellon the first week of the year, lost 58-0. W&J 58-7 as the first play on the triple option goes for an effective 12-yard run. David Reed on the carry and a first down for Geneva.
And for some of our viewers that haven't really seen this offense operate, you're going to notice that their stances look a little different than the average offensive lineman. And they're in 4-point stances, ready to fire off the football. And Coach DeMarco really told us that they're really trying to run the football and selling out on the run, and then not really able to pass protect very well.
You'll see Philip Ranson, Landon Smith, and David Reed as the main backs. Darren Myers, the quarterback the last 2 weeks, moves to tight end with Caleb Romano as the starting quarterback, and Reed spins for about a yard. David Reed with 60 yards rushing on the season from North Carolina. So take a look at the defense for the Teal Tomcats, and pay attention to the guys up front. Luke Faber, who has the only touchdown for Teal this year on a pick six, as well as Chad Morningstar, one of the main stars from his defensive tackle spot. Jeff Badger at his linebacker spot as well, another guy to keep an eye out for. The Tomcats defensively trying to stop the triple option as the pitch goes to Smith. And Landon Smith running on the far side of the field, still going. Now his whistles blow as forward progress was stopped right about the 32. It'll go for a short gain.
And there's three components to this triple option. The first being the fullback dive, which you've seen run so effectively with David Reed first at the fullback spot. Then there's the second level, which you go to Caleb Romano in the quarterback runs, but also the third level, which we see a lot of the athletes for this Geneva offense really thrive, like Landon Smith, able to get on the outside. And you just see Coach DeMarco loves just creating positive plays and playing ugly football.
3rd down and 4. Romano fakes the handoff and pitches it. It's Reed. Reed looking to get to the 28, to the 26, and that's where he gets to, the 26-yard line. It was actually Philip Ranson on the pitch. Good enough for a first down.
Ranson able to get some space out. And it looks like Caleb Romano is already settled in very nicely, making his first start today. And he just looks so confident. He's already making the right reads. And now as this Teal defense starts to figure things out, let's see how he adjusts.
Ranson only had 12 yards rushing coming into today. Sophomore from Spring, Texas. Pitch goes to Landon Smith. And Smith makes his way up to about the 20-yard line. It's a good gain of 5.
You see a nice even mix of everything. They're doing exactly what they want. The triple option, there's not a whole lot of variation in what you see, but this is so hard to read in the moment, and especially for the defense to recognize things very, very quickly.
It's an all under center offense as Romano hands it off. Reed's only able to pick up about 2 yards, makes his way to the 18. So 3rd and short coming up for Geneva. It's been an effective opening drive for the Golden Tornadoes after the Tomcats punted it away after going 3 and out. And Geneva beginning on Teal's side of the field. That's been a problem for the Tomcats defensively. The matchup last week against Washington and Jefferson and the Carnegie Mellon game, field position, a significant deterrent against the Tomcats' efforts. It's 3rd down and 2. Romano under center, sends Smith the pitch back in motion. He gets it off the pitch. And Smith, another first down, makes his way inside the 10-yard line.
And right now, it doesn't even look like Caleb Romano's a transfer. And this is the most effective we've seen this Geneva offense. And it looks like that's all they needed was to get their quarterback back and able to put everyone back in their original slots and the ones that they can thrive in the most.
And Gino DeMarco likes his speed, toughness that Romano brings. He has the football and pitches it. Ball on the ground, loose ball. Teal tries to fall on it, and the Tomcats have it. Teal with a huge defensive stop inside the 10-yard line. The Tomcats will take over. It's Tim Hill, the strong safety, that falls on the football.
And this is so hard to predict with this shape of the football. It can bounce in so many ways.
As Teal takes over inside the 10.
At 2 Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things, so you have room to dream.
Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
Back in Beaver Falls at Geneva College as the Tomcats take over after the fumble on the exchange. The pitch optioned by Caleb Romano, and that's the one detriment of the triple option. A lot of different movement of the football. Sometimes it can hurt you on your own end. Trying to bounce off tackles. Good run for the Tomcats, just trying to get past the original line. And it goes for maybe a pickup of a yard for Tanner Rennie, Daniel Rennie's brother, and we take a look high above Reeves Field. Sam Bauman in his third year coaching the Tomcats. There's the Teal offense with Daniel Rennie, the quarterback. Deion Logan, the running back, and Benny Ortiz at tight end. Also some explosive wide receivers, Blake Joseph, Jason Stone, Ryan Acosta. Main three wide receivers for the Tomcats. And it's a young offensive line in spots. Left guard and the center, Johnson and Barry, both sophomores. As the carry for Tanner Rennie goes for maybe a yard or two. It's a short pickup with Teal backed up in its own end. It's trying to get away from its own goal line at the moment now, Alex. And we'll take a look at the stout Geneva defense that's been good so far, led by Reed Gordon, the middle linebacker, 23 tackles on the year, 3.5 tackles for loss. Nick Sorello at linebacker has also done a fantastic job up front. Same thing with Colton Hill on the defensive line. He's already talked about Blaze Hargrove a lot from his cornerback spot. Dante Caputo, keep your eyes out for him at free safety as well. Him and Cameron Smith do a good job at safety spots. So it's 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 11 for Daniel Rennie. Has time. Rennie surveying the field. Pass over the middle. It's caught. With room, Ryan Acosta has a first down and a pickup at 12.
And Acosta does a great job of just turning his head around. As soon as he sees open space, gets past the linebacker. And Rennie, that's what you love to see. And Coach Ballman keeps harping on the fact that his decision-making, his anticipation in the pocket is really coming along. As a senior quarterback, you're kind of waiting to see if he figures it out. And that's a throw that shows me that he can do this over the course of an entire drive.
And you could tell Daniel Rennie was very comfortable in the pocket, poised, even though the pocket was beginning to collapse in on him a little bit. It keeps the drive moving to the 22. Rennie hands off to his brother Tanner. Tanner slips at about the 20-yard line and gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
And you see the Rennie brothers able to play in the same backfield in the same college is a very impressive thing to do. And they're both coming all the way from Florida. They wanted to play together. And Coach Ballman gladly took both of them. And now both as starters going into the 2024 season. It's a good thing if you're the Rennie family.
How about both quarterbacks in the matchup are from Florida? There's no Division III football in Florida. Texas as well. So if you want to play in college and you can't play for Florida, Florida State, or Texas, Texas A&M, great opportunities await in the PAC as the pass is caught. First time Blake Joseph has caught the ball today. A short pickup of 5.
Another quick game, just getting the ball out of Rennie's hands, not letting him hold the ball too long, knowing he has his first read open, he throws it. And that's just something that the coaching staff just wants to simplify the offense for their quarterback and really make sure that they're not overcomplicating the game. And as a quarterback at the collegiate level, it's so easy to overcomplicate this game. And right now, Rennie's settling very nice.
It goes for a gain of 4. Sam Bauman wants to be a balanced offense, the rushing attack, and also airing it out through the air. 144 yards in the season for Daniel Rennie coming into today. He lines up in the shotgun. With time, once again, it's caught. It's Joseph for a second consecutive time. And Blake Joseph this time has a first down and a good gain up towards the 40.
And Joseph, another senior out of Canemak High School, a little smaller, playing in the slot. And you can see in the slot you have a lot of one-on-one matchups with linebackers, and just use your speed to kind of create an opening. And Joseph is quickly becoming one of the go-to guys for this Teal offense.
And Alex, that's a similar play that we saw Ryan Acosta run on third down to move the chains. First down and 10 at the 38-yard line for Daniel Rennie. He hands it off to Tanner Rennie, and Tanner Rennie gets 3 yards up to the 41.
And Austin, you talked about how Coach Bauman really wants this to be a balanced attack. And what he means by balance, he wants to not run the same amount of run plays as he does pass, but being able to use any of those plays in any sort of situation and not always heavily relying on the pass or heavily relying on the run. And right now you're seeing a good mix-up. And if I'm drawing this game script up, it's looking perfect.
Daniel Rennie came to Teal in the spring, wanted to see how he liked the fit with the Tomcats, had a really good spring camp with the Tomcats and has really eased his way into it. In this one, looking to take a shot. Downfield, Daniel Rennie airing it out, wide open, caught. Jason Stone, touchdown Teal. His first touchdown reception of the season, and the Tomcats are on top, 6-0 early. It's the first offensive touchdown for the Tomcats of the year and the first point scored by Teal in the first half of a game this season.
And what a way to do it. And Stone just putting on the Jets and having an amazing thrown ball by Daniel Rennie. And you just see that arm being on full display and Stone just doing everything else. And that's the Teal offense you've been waiting for if you're Coach Bauman.
A walk-in touchdown for Jason Stone, 59-yard bomb from Daniel Rennie to Stone. Geneva running a player out, 11th man to the line, a little bit late. Extra point is blocked by Geneva, and trying to take back with it, Landon Smith. Smith to the 30 is pushed out of bounds. So the try no good, and the score will remain 6-0 Tomcats with 4:09 left to go in the first quarter of play. We'll take another look at the blocked extra point. Teal with the lead on the touchdown reception from Stone. Back after this to Beaver Falls.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBA Life.
What does it do?
It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends.
What's so great about that?
My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBA Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more.
Oh.
You might be interested in a GBA Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
And you're going to see a great play design by the Tomcats, having a receiver come all the way across, the tight end coming all the way across, and then you're going to see a deep post by Stone, and you're going to draw up all the corners and get a big touchdown play and play it. And you're going to see all the secondary go up, and you're going to leave one-on-one coverage with Stone, and it's no problem for the Teal Tomcats.
So Geneva, after it looked like the Golden Tornadoes were going to take the lead, fumbled the football inside their own 10-yard line, and the Tomcats take advantage on the 59-yard strike. Geneva will set up a pretty good field position after the run back to the 40, but a couple flags come in, and it could hamper the starting field position for the Golden Tornadoes, as return was solid, but coming back.
And we're just seeing this game just flip on its head. And it looked like Geneva had a great drive, And they're doing what they preach they don't do and turn over the football and put the ball on the ground. And then
Illegal
Teal,
block in the back. Receive.
So the mic cut out at the end there, but you did hear that there was an illegal block in the back. And from the spot of the foul, it'll place the football at the 26-yard line for Geneva.
And if you're the Tomcats, this feels like a massive weight off your shoulders. And the only touchdown you score on the season through the first 2 weeks is on the defensive end. And to just take off the lid on everything on this offense and the struggles they've had on one big play really excites this young team.
And Geneva has only had 201 total yards of offense. There's a lot back there. Off to the races, Landon Smith. Smith still going towards the 40-yard line of the Tomcats. And a great play for Geneva to start the drive.
And I'm still so impressed by Caleb Romano coming in this first start. And he's just seeing the field so well, knowing that the fullback dive is exactly where you want to go to. And then it's Landon Smith just doing everything else. And Landon Smith just usually at the slot, able to step in at fullback and running back and able to make a big play when usually David Reed's the one making that play.
And what a great block there by Nicholas Winowich, the left guard. He's a new starter on the offensive line. Romano will fake the pitch, takes it himself past the 40 to the 39. It's a short pickup of 3. The left side of this offensive line for Geneva, 2 freshmen, Jordan Brown, Nicholas Winowich. Brown from Newcastle, Winowich from McKeesport as we take another look, running towards that left side of the line from Romano.
And Romano deciding to pull that one. And his read is the defensive end. And you'll see on this next play, he's watching this end and trying to see if he can read his eyes and pitch it back out.
Philip Ranson on the pitch is able to pick up a couple yards to the 35. About a 5-yard pickup. 3rd and manageable. And what Gino DeMarco said to us this week is if they can get about 4 yards on every single carry, it'll work for the offense to methodically move the football down the field.
And I'll start with Landon Smith. And as soon as you get that fullback dive going, this offense just changes completely. And as a defense, you're super scared knowing that if they can get really good yardage on the fullback run, then they can really open this offense to do whatever they want.
Romano under center on 3rd and 3. He gives to Reed. Reed trying to dive towards the 32-yard line, but he only got a yard. Good stop defensively by the Tomcats. Only goes for a very short gain. We'll take another look. It was Matt Jordan from his free safety spot up that made the tackle.
And Coach DeMarco has an interesting decision to make. 6-0. You see how your defense just got shredded on the last series. Knowing you have to come with some sort of points, you have to match. Because your offense is built on controlling clock, you have to match this team. Because if you're playing catch-up as a triple option offense, you can't do exactly what you want to do.
Geneva will go for it on 4th down and 2, needing the 32. Smith, Ranson, and Reed are the backs. Handoff goes to Reed. Reed's got it and more. Reed past the 20, falls forward towards the 18-yard line, and Geneva converts on 4th down.
And what's that magic number we talked about, Austin, with Coach DeMarco, and that's 4 yards a carry. Well, that's a lot more than 4 yards a carry. And David Reed is just, he's a force to be reckoned with in the middle of the field, and great blocks by the interior offensive line to really free him up.
1st down and 10. Handoff goes to Reed again. Reed trying to fight his way forward for a couple yards, but only is able to gain about 1. And Reed, he's 5'11", 220 pounds. So big back running downhill.
And we talked about earlier the stances of the offensive linemen really selling out on the run plays. And you've seen that there hasn't been any pass plays if you're the Geneva offense. So you're seeing that they're selling out on the run, and they're just banking on the corners falling asleep when they finally do decide to pass.
Under a minute to go, first quarter, 2nd down and 9. Smith goes in motion, they'll pitch it to him. Well, the lead blocker, Ranson, out there for him, but a great tackle made. Great job by Josh Williams, the sophomore cornerback from Jacksonville, Florida, coming up to make the tackle. It looked like there was a lot of running room for Landon Smith.
Watch Josh Williams just play exactly how you should play as a corner. Don't let anything outside of you. And he doesn't let Philip Ranson get a hold of him and able to make a great play on Landon Smith and to really stop this drive in its tracks.
That's a great wrap-up tackle just to drag Landon Smith, the 5'9", 160-pound back to the ground. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock and 5 on the game clock. Geneva does not have to snap it, but the Golden Tornadoes will. And it goes to Reed. Reed stumbling his way towards the 10. Is a couple yards shy of a 1st down. As the quarter comes to an end with a 6-0 Teal Tomcats advantage. A fast-moving first quarter. We go to the second. Up next on KDKA Plus.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
At Loewe, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Loewe apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Loewe to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Now is the time. Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
When severe weather threatens, we're always watching the sky. The First Alert Weather Team is working every day to keep your family safe.
We're on the lookout for those dangerous storms right where you live, keeping an eye on radar to track where the rain, hail, and lightning are hitting. We could see severe thunderstorm warnings.
Warning your neighborhood if we see a potential threat. So we're looking at excessive rainfall expected through this evening.
So we can keep you safe. We're always watching for the next big storm so your family is prepared.
Welcome back to Beaver Falls, the site of our KDKA Plus P3, D3, PAC game of the week. Easy for me to say, as Geneva has been easy running the football. 101 rushing yards compared to Teal, 94 passing yards. It's been a tale of two different stories for how the teams have effectively moved the football. That's been the case with Geneva trying to strike for the first time. Fake the pitch. We're going to throw for the first time. Caleb Romano to the end zone, has a man open. It's caught for a touchdown. Sept Tyson on the reception for his first of the year.
And I got to look at this one back because you can just see the entire defensive line selling out on run. You're going to see only the corners out in coverage. You're not going to see anybody anywhere near the Geneva players in order to make a great catch by Caleb Romano.
And Sept Tyson was wide open. We made the reception. Wondering if the ball was going to cross the goal line before his knee was down. And Tyson able to score with the extra point. Up and good. It was good pressure applied by Teal. But Geneva takes a 1-point lead. And it's the first passing play from Caleb Romano and Geneva. Just when you think that Geneva is going to continue to attack on the ground and just try to run down Teal's throat, they pull out a passing option.
And the big one that I'm looking at is Jake Badger. Okay, right here. He's going to sell out on the run because that's what he's told to do. And then you're going to see Sept Tyson just escape out, and there's going to be nobody anywhere near him. And I want you to play this and watch Sept Tyson just be scot-free, no one around him. And Caleb Romano, a little low pass, but still finds the end zone for the Golden Tornadoes.
So it was Teal with 94 passing yards in the first quarter, very fast-moving first quarter, and that's something that both coaches had talked about. Because of the style that Geneva plays, it's an offense where you can control the clock, limit the number of possessions on both sides, and it can work into Geneva's favor. This kickoff is returned from the 7-yard line, up past the 15, 20, and a good run back past the 25, still going near the 30. Let's send it down to Robert Mangino.
Thank you very much, Austin. We were talking to Coach Gino DeMarco earlier in the week, and he said it's very important for them not to pass a lot, but at least pass a little bit in order to keep those linebackers honest, and that play, that touchdown, was because of that.
And Daniel Rennie Alex, and this game has been just huge. It's been great with his decision-making. And for Sam Bauman, he wants to see the offense be consistent. They've done a good job of that so far.
And Rennie, the big stat that I'm looking at, he's 6 for 7 on his pass completions. And those first 5 completions were short throws, and that opened up that 59-yard touchdown pass to set Teal up on their next drive after their first score.
Rennie hands it off to Logan. Logan with some space, past the 30 to about the 32. Dion Logan from North Chesterfield, Virginia. PAC Offensive Honor Roll member, senior 5'10" running back on the carry.
And we see with this running back room for Teal, 2 seniors with Logan and Rennie, and just bringing a lot of experience. You see a lot of teams nowadays using 2 backs, especially having 2 senior backs that are just itching to get on the field and run hard for your team. And it's great to see Logan and also Rennie getting their touches tonight.
Goes for a pickup of 3 yards. Shotgun formation for Rennie. He hands it off to Logan. Logan with some space. And he's brought down by Reed Gordon. Gordon, a junior linebacker, 6'1", 210 pounds. One of the mainstays on this defense for Gino DeMarco, a 3-4 defense. Gabe Trexler, the leading tackler from the team a year ago, is out with an injury. As we take another look at the stop that Gordon made.
And Drexler is one of those foundation pieces of this Geneva defense and has been the program for so long and always been that guy that they can rely on in the center of the defense. And missing him, and Coach DeMarco talking about earlier pregame, and that's such a hard loss for this team. And you can see that they're just not the same stopping the run without Drexler.
Yeah, not sure how long Gabe Trexler could be out. It's 3rd down and 5, pressure being applied. Rennie able to get away from it. Not a second time when the ball's out. Geneva trying to fall on it. The Golden Tornadoes have it inside the 20.
And this is just Rennie just trying to do a little too much. He's coming confident off that long touchdown throw. And he's trying to make a play, trying to get rid of tacklers. But the problem is the longer you stay in there, the more people come flying towards you.
And it's Alex Gonzalez that falls on the football.
And Gonzalez able to locate that football in that scrum. And now Geneva is exactly where they want to be with the football in the red zone. And after coming off their first offensive pass today, they can do anything they want inside this area of the field.
The ball at the 18-yard line after the fumble from Rennie on 3rd down. He had originally gotten away from the pressure, and then the strip sack fumble setting up Geneva with a golden opportunity. And the Geneva offense has been great so far. Other than the fumble inside their own end, 2 fumbles now in the game, 1 on either side. Romano hands it off. It's Reed. Reed to the 10. Reed close to a 1st down. He's actually stopped at about the 11-yard line, but it's a good pickup of 8.
And we talked about the size of David Reed, 5'11", 220. But you're going to see how these defenders try to stop him, and they go low. And going for his legs is kind of the only way to stop him. And as a bigger guy, you got to expect that inside the red zone.
Yeah, that was Tim Hill who recovered the fumble on the first possession for Geneva. 2nd down and 2 for Romano. He pitches it with some room. It's Reed. Reed towards the goal line. It's Landon Smith, rather, who gets the pitch. And Landon Smith is able to pick up a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 2.
I love the way Landon Smith has been running this football today. And he's able to turn that corner so well, getting that toss, knowing that the entire defense is pursuing his way, knowing when to cut it back, when to go on the outside. And he's just been a great piece that you've seen evolve this year.
Caleb Romano hands it off. It is Reed this time, but he's short. Does pick up a yard on 1st and goal. 2nd down and goal from the 1 upcoming. Could this be an opportunity where you see a quarterback sneak from Caleb Romano, the athletic quarterback?
You could see a quarterback sneak, especially with David Reed pushing from behind, but also I can see Coach DeMarco lining up and going David Reed fullback dive 3 times. And I think that's something that he's okay with doing.
Romano gives it to Reed. Reed into the end zone. Touchdown, Geneva. David Reed from 1 yard out extends the Golden Tornadoes lead.
And that's what I just talked about. David Reed, that's the man you want to have the ball in his hands this close to the end zone. And you just see all the Geneva offensive linemen just immediately falling to the ground, trying to go for ankles. And David Reed able to go over top and almost walking into the end zone.
Good blocking on the right side of the line. Roman Constanza, Brady Russo on that right side. David Polacek as well from his center spot. Second time that the extra point is up and good, but Teal has had good pressure, something to monitor for a little bit later on in the game. But it's 14-6. Geneva's offense continuing to methodically move the football down the field.
Timeout.
And lead it as we take a break with 12-16 left to go in the first half of play from Reese Field.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
At Two Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things so you have room to dream.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
Take a look at the Geneva Golden Tornado mascot, as well as the Geneva cheerleaders, with a lot to cheer about so far. With 12-16 still to go, second quarter. Geneva taking advantage of the Teal fumble inside the 20-yard line, and the Golden Tornado is able to punch it in on a 1-yard run from David Reed.
They were able to overcome that original turnover and just not skip a beat. And they know that they can run this offense effectively. They do it every day in practice. They run the same plays every single day. They have it down to muscle memory. And now all it is just executing and making the right reads as the game progresses.
Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, and Robert Mangino alongside. Primetime action here on KDKA Plus in the President's Athletic Conference. Kickoff return from the 1-yard line for the Tomcats, and a good return past the 30. It's a foot race past the 40-45, cutting it back to midfield. A flag does come in at the 45-yard line. Great return for White, the sophomore, who takes it into Geneva territory, but we'll see how far it might be coming back on a potential block in the back penalty.
Receive.
And it is holding on Teal.
Hill.
And White with a great return, following his blocks, seeing that the inside of the field is not there. And this is a devastating penalty off a great return. But still, field possession, not bad. One of the better field positions that Teal has started with today, starting at their own 40. And look to see if they can start out this possession with some passes, some short, quick throws that they did on the third possession to get Rennie back in his headspace.
Daniel Rennie with time. Now starts to take off. Rennie is brought down. Does make his way to the line of scrimmage before Colton Hill brings him down. The Newcastle, Pennsylvania native, a sophomore, 6'5", 275-pound defensive end.
And receiver Blake Joseph is wide open. No one anywhere near him, but Rennie just not able to locate and get outside the pocket to make that throw. And that's just good pursuit by the Geneva defensive line.
And it seemed like Rennie panicked a little bit. He tried to make his way back to the line to avoid a loss. There was no gain on the play. Shotgun for Daniel Rennie with his brother Tanner in the backfield. Tanner Rennie has it, and it's another foot race past the 40. There's a flag thrown at the 40-yard line. Tanner Rennie to the 20, and he's finally dragged out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. The flag in the backfield of the Tomcats, though, could bring this one back. And penalties are starting to become a little bit of a concern for Teal.
And Tyler Rennie you just see that explosion. And the thing that makes him special as a runner is being able to put his foot in the ground, get upfield. But unfortunately, his teammate's not able to keep off the holding penalties.
And the Teal offense is already moving backwards. It will be a hold.
No foul.
Actually, a chop block.
Offense number 79. 15-yard penalty. Replay the down.
That's the left tackle, Zach Dillingham from Armstrong High School. So we'll replay the down on the personal foul, 15-yarder.
That's a clear chop block. Going straight for the knees. Not staying between himself and the football. And now you're starting 15 yards back from your original starting possession at the beginning of this drive.
And that's 25 yards of penalties in the last couple of plays on the kickoff as well as the personal foul. And a drive that could have started on the Geneva side of the field is backed up all the way to the Teal 25 in 2nd down and 25. Rennie fakes the quick pass, looking to try to set up a screen. It's caught, but a good tackle made right away by Geneva. Great stop by Nick Sorello. And Sorello from Ontario, Canada, makes the stop for no gain.
And he's playing some very physical football today. Locates that screen immediately and puts his face mask right in the center of Logan's chest. And that's the way to get your defense fired up on this really hard-nosed game that you're seeing between these two football teams.
3rd and long for Teal, needing to get to midfield to pick up a 1st down. Logan is the back for Rennie in the shotgun. Rennie looking near side. Rennie starting to feel the pressure, rolls out to the far side of the field. Rennie delivers deep downfield. It's caught. Dion Logan on the reception. Gets close to midfield. Is about 3 or 4 yards short of a 1st down, though. It is a pickup of 20+.
And Logan, he started in the backfield, and he had a little just flare screen. And then the longer that Rennie moves around the pocket and extends this play, he just starts making his way up the sideline. Rennie recognizes that and then gives a nice football to keep Logan and keep the 4th and down very manageable.
And that play for Teal on the major pickup will allow the Tomcats to go for it. Ball on the far side hash. It's 4th down and 3 at the 47. Rennie in the shotgun with Logan the back. Standing to his right. 3 receivers line up to the far side of the field. Only one to the near side. That's Jason Stone to the near side. Rennie looking far side. Scrambles. Rennie starting to feel the pressure, and it's incomplete. Payne Brereton applied the pressure from his defensive end spot and forces a turnover on downs.
And Rennie there's nothing there. The receivers aren't able to get open. And then a great defensive stop for the Golden Tornadoes, which have definitely shored things up defensively after that long touchdown pass by Rennie earlier in the game.
Geneva has already scored more points in the first half tonight than the previous 2 games combined to start the season. Both teams 0-2 on the year, with Geneva and Teal looking for win number 1. Romano under center with 1 wide receiver lined up far side, 1 to the near side. Flags before the snap.
And
a false start penalty called against Geneva.
And this is easy to see if you look back on the replay. Just see him creeping up as soon as the ball's about to be snapped. There's a lot of anticipation, a lot of trying jumping in front of these defenders with this offense, and it's very easy to be a little too anxious to get the play started.
Moves the ball back into the Geneva side of the field. 1st down and 15. Pitch goes to Landon Smith. Big hit delivered there as Smith was able to gain a couple yards. It's been Tim Hill. Tim Hill from Claymont, Delaware, the safety, has been the most active player defensively for Teal. He's had a good night so far.
And Tim Hill being the leading tackler so far in this game from his spot. And he's just one of those game wreckers, and you can see how fired up he is playing at his spot and being able to recognize things so quickly.
2nd and 12. Reed gets the handoff. Reed not able to break it loose. Strong tackle made by Badger. Junior linebacker. Geneva gets back to the original line of scrimmage before the penalty, and will set up 3rd down and 10.
And Coach DeMarco talked about as soon as this run game starts to stall a little bit, he has to be able to go to a sprint out game with Romano. And he has to be able to extend the pocket and give Romano the choice of taking this run or trying to throw one downfield.
And Romano will hand it off to Reed. Reed looking for the edge, 45. Reed is brought down short of the first down marker by about 7 yards. Sets up 4th down and decision time for Geneva. The punt unit is now coming onto the field.
Interesting play call here. Going with the fullback dive, trying to see if you can catch the defense guessing a little bit. Just trying to be a little unpredictable when, in theory, you're just being more predictable with the triple option that you have. Just not a lot of play calls you can make on a 3rd and long if you're the Geneva Tornadoes.
That was Jackson Pletcher who was on the tackle from DuBois. Teal applied pressure, but the punt is away, and fair catch called for inside the 10-yard line. Busy day in the PAC. Other games in action. CMU and Bethany, 31-0. Westminster, 14-0 against Allegheny, and some games that have already concluded today. On the left side of your screen, Grove City, 56, St. Vincent, 7, and W&J and Waynesburg in the PAC backyard brawl, Washington and Jefferson. They've dominated the series in the past. Alex's alma mater beats mine, 55-16.
And you're gonna see with the playoff being expanded, a lot more of these teams are in the conversation to be in the national playoffs. Grove City, CMU, W&J are all battling to make sure they don't lose these early games so that they have more room for error down the stretch.
First down and 10 at the 8-yard line for Daniel Rennie. He hands off to Logan running far side of the field. And Logan is only able to get maybe a yard. If that, probably just back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to run past that senior-led right side of the line with Chris Slavin and Christian Good on that side.
And you're starting to think of what does Coach Ballman want the rest of this game to look like as an offense? Do you want to keep being that balanced offense that you preached all week? Or do you want to start letting Rennie throw the ball around and see what he's made of? And right now you see some flashes of some of the potential that he has. And you're wondering, does he give the reins to him for the rest of this football game?
Rennie hands it off to Logan. And Logan is able to fight his way for a nice gain up towards the 15. It's going to be a couple yards short of a first down. Teal coming into today has been outscored 116-7. And have not scored any points in the first half until that touchdown in the first quarter for the Tomcats, where it was only a Luke Favor pick 6. The lone scoring for Teal through 2 weeks. Tomcats trying to find some positive momentum on this drive and get out of their own end.
And you talked about the screen pass being so beneficial for Teal, and I kind of want to see the Teal offense go back to that. But when you have someone like Sorello on the Geneva defense who sniffed that screen so well early on in this game and kind of shut that idea down for the Teal Tomcats.
And a personal foul called against Geneva a little bit late in the play as the referees were discussing it right around the 15-yard line.
And now you kind of make that an easy decision. And you can see what Coach Ballman wants to do here. Has a fresh set of downs, have a lot of room to work with towards the center of the field. See what he goes to coming up.
Ball at the 29-yard line, first down and 10. 3 receivers to the near side, including a tight end Ortiz, one to the far side. Rennie with plenty of time, delivers a pass high and intercepted. Taken away by Geneva with plenty of running room to the near side. It's Cody Patterson. Patterson still going towards the 15, and Geneva forces the second turnover of the game from Teal.
And Rennie tries to go to his man, Stone, across the middle. Just leaves the ball a little too high. Tries to get it over the linebackers, but instead delivers it right to Patterson. As a freshman making this play and just being in the right space at the right time, just right over the head of Stone. And Patterson able to finish that return up inside the 20.
Geneva playing 2 freshmen at cornerback, Cody Patterson and Blaze Hargrove. We've seen Hargrove active, especially in the run game. First series, Hargrove made a couple nice tackles, and now Patterson with the interception. That's his first in his collegiate career. And it sets up Geneva at the 17-yard line. Pitch to the near side goes to Smith. Landon Smith is able to get about 5 yards.
And right now, it's just who really wants to win this football game? And you just see a lot of times, a lot of turnovers, and a lot of just miscues on the offensive side, which we kind of anticipated coming in this game. with the struggles that both teams had coming in. But now it's just who wants this more and who's going to be more organized down the stretch.
Second down and 6 with the ball at the 13. 6 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Romano under center, gives it to Reed. Running room for David Reed, and he's brought down right at the 10.
Reed just been the go-to man all day long. And you just see the most positive pushes on the offensive line. And you just see a lot of the offensive linemen are just falling down immediately. So David Reed's just getting those easy yards that they clear out on the initial push. And that's why you're not seeing a lot of QB runs here, because the offensive linemen are already on the ground by this point, and then the linebackers are able to pursue.
Third down and 2 at the 9. Fake the handoff. Romano this time will run with it. And he's brought down close to a first down. The pile moves backwards, but we'll see where forward progress puts Romano. He needed to get to the 7-yard line and looks to be about a yard short.
Romano just running a little high, and he's standing a little too tall whenever he's running this football. And you just see him get stood up and then just getting pushed around. And you just see the horde of Teal defenders in that pursuit to the football that you like to see as a defensive coordinator.
Geneva will go for it. 4th down and 1 at the 8. Romano under center with Reed and Smith the backs. Romano keeps it. Romano didn't look like he got there, and the Tomcats hold inside the 10-yard line. A turnover on downs. Great tackle made by Badger from his linebacker spot again. He's been all over the place defensively for Teal, and the Tomcats will get the football back.
Gotta love the pursuit by Badger. And he's been so effective in this game by getting to the football, locating the football, seeing that Romano kept it. And that's his assignment. His assignment is the quarterback, and he's able to close in and be such a force to now give his offense the ball back after the costly turnover.
And Chad Morningstar also with a good play there from Saxton, Pennsylvania. 6'1", 295-pound defensive tackle. Came in with 6 tackles on the season. He also was in there with Badger to help make the stop. First down and 10 at the 9 for the Tomcats. After a fast-paced first quarter, it slowed down a little bit with Rennie on a quick pass, caught by Stone. Stone makes his way towards the 20-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. Stone is able to gain 11.
And that's the respect that Stone commands whenever he gets that big touchdown pass in the first quarter. And now you see that the corners are bailing immediately once they see him push vertical, able to drop his hips, get to the out, and Rennie delivering it on time and get that first down completion.
4.5 to go left in the first half. Teal looking to put together a long drive after the Tomcats had success in the first quarter, and Daniel Rennie has turned it over. Takes the high snap and hands it off. Gives it to Tanner Rennie. And Tanner makes it up past the 20 to the 21 for a short pickup.
And as the Teal offense, you just don't want to give this football back to the Golden Tornadoes. You don't want to give them another drive before this second half hits. But then what's the point that you start getting a sense of urgency and Rennie starts pushing the football? And I think going to Stone as your guy, you see the safeties being pushed up a little bit.
Second down for Rennie. Daniel gives to Tanner, and Tanner makes his way to the 26. Good carry for 4 yards. Third and manageable coming up for Teal. It's got to be pretty cool if you're two brothers being in the same backfield where Daniel gets to hand it off to Tanner. Both from Florida, playing football in Western Pennsylvania.
And you talked about earlier how in Florida there's no Division III football. And Coach Sam Bauman told us that it's either D1 or nothing. And sometimes that's not an option for everybody. And now you're seeing the Rennie brothers here all the way for the Tomcats.
Third down and 3 at the 26. Rennie lines up in the shotgun. Daniel gives it to Tanner. Tanner Rennie is close to a first down. Forward progress will put him at the 29, and that's where Tanner Rennie needed to go. It's another first down.
It's a good job of pushing the chains for Tanner Rennie, who takes a shot towards the end of that run. And you just see him get pushed 10 yards back after he finishes that run, but able to stick his neck out just enough to get that first down. And now you see a little momentum. You see a nice balanced offense like we talked about earlier. Coach Bauman able to go inside his playbook. He has 2.5 minutes, starting to starting to go tempo a little bit. And I keep looking for Stone, and I think Stone's the go-to guy, and he's the guy that's going to make your play for you.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts with 2:16 left. Logan on the carry. He's able to make his way to the 32 to short pickup of 3 yards. And Teal not that content to pick up the offense, go no huddle, kind of slowing it down a little bit with 2 minutes left in the half.
And going to the 2-minute.
Sets up the 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute
Teal
timeout.
coming back with 2nd down and 7 when you return to Beaver Falls.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine. And Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work. To bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
Hey, Mom, where's the dock?
It's in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Today is the day. Let's take a quick look at the weather and traffic. It's a chilly 22 degrees out there, so bundle up. We'll be hanging out all day, so don't forget to stop by and see us, grab some hot chocolate, and support a great cause.
To 6. Geneva now in front of Teal, but the Tomcats driving. 2nd down and 7 at the 32. Make sure to stick around for halftime. My conversation with Luke Favor of the Teal Tomcats. Quick pass is caught by Joseph. Blake Joseph breaks off a tackle, and he's able to get out of bounds. Stops the clock with 1:53 left.
And Joseph's going to be the guy they're going to look to. They're playing, the Geneva secondary is playing a little far back. Joseph's working that middle of the field. You still have a little bit of time on the clock that you can still work the middle of the field as long as you get out of bounds. And Joseph does a great job of finishing that run and stopping the clock.
So it's 3rd down and 5. And also think for Geneva, you can get a stop here depending on where field position puts you with the punt. And Geneva's applied good pressure as well on special teams. Could have an opportunity to score before the end of the half. 3rd and 5 for Rennie. Daniel Rennie looking to take a shot deep downfield. Has a man, incomplete. There's good coverage there. Looking for Jason Stone. And we're talking about the young corners.
And Stone just trying to see if he can get some separation. But the ball's just thrown a little far out of bounds. He stepped out a little bit too early before he even had a chance at the football. Rennie just kind of pushing him out a little too much. But you don't turn over the football. You know, Geneva doesn't, their offense isn't built for the 2-minute drill. And I'd be curious to see if Geneva tries to push this football or if they take a knee to end this half.
Yeah, we were talking about the young corners. That was Pierre, the defensive back, a sophomore 5'11" corner who had good coverage on the play. And the punt is away. It's a low kick. Takes a couple of hops, hits a Geneva player. I think it might have hit a Geneva player. Teal picks it up. Still hasn't been a whistle yet, and now there is. And a lot of confusion back and forth. It looks like, at least to me, Alex, that it hit one of the Geneva gunners running downfield. Let's see if we can take a look at it. As Teal picked up the football, and it was a very late whistle. See if we can take another look at it at a different angle. As it looked like maybe right off the first hop, right there. Well, it seemed like it did miss Luke Krumbacher, the wide receiver playing on special teams. So 1st and 10 for Caleb Romano with 1:38 to go, and we'll look to pass for the 2nd time today. Romano's pass is caught And out of bounds off the reception for Keaton Baker, his first catch of the game. 4th on the season. Moves the ball into Teal territory.
And Romano just putting this ball exactly where it needs to be, rolling out, come back on the outside by Baker. And that's just a great football by Romano. And now you're seeing the arm talent. You're seeing what Coach DeMarco sees in practice every day. And now you're seeing if he can repeat that on this next upcoming play.
First down and 10 at the 43-yard line of the Tomcats. Romano, deep drop back, looks to throw, but instead gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's met by a convoy of Teal defenders, including Chad Morningstar. A little bit of extracurricular at the end of it. Maybe a loss of 1. Clock stop with 1:25 left.
Seems like Romano didn't really know if he wanted to pull it or if he wanted to extend the play and trying to keep his eyes downfield. As soon as he hitches up, he kind of pump fakes a little bit, but then just decides to tuck it. And unfortunately, the Teal defensive line not being fooled there and getting home to the quarterback.
Geneva calls timeout. 1:25 remaining, and the Golden Tornadoes have 2 left. So we've seen the offense start to open it up a little bit with Caleb Romano. That's really the first straight drop back that we've seen from Romano, not rolling out to the near side.
And then we also talked to Coach DeMarco earlier in the week, and he talked about how they didn't have any scrimmages before the season started. And now you're kind of seeing all those kinks being worked out, especially in the 3rd week of the football season. And now with your quarterback finally back, and you kind of see, you're trying to feel out what Romano has as a talent. And you see the difference between the dropbacks and the bootlegs. And now you're seeing a little mix of both, and we're trying to see, as a quarterback, which one he's better at.
2nd down and 11 for Caleb Romano. Romano drops back, pump fakes one way, goes the other way. Pass is caught at the 40-yard line. It's Landon Smith making a couple of guys miss and gets close to a first down. Smith is out of bounds at the 35.
Romano does a good job of selling the throw originally and then rolling out away from his throwing arm and able to deliver a good football to Landon Smith going out on the flat. Able to extend this drive a little bit, have 3rd down, 3rd and short, and you can still even run the football coming up.
3rd and 2 for Romano. Drops back, big rush. Romano goes down. The Tomcats, Thomas Howard on the sack, his first of the season from Syracuse, New York, goes for a huge loss. And with 1:09 left, the Tomcats call timeout.
And that comes from
timeout,
the offensive
Teal,
line stances.
their first of the first half.
And you see they're in their 4-point stances, they fire out, and then they're just not ready to pass block. And it's so hard when there's so small of room between them and the defenders, and they're able to swallow up Romano, who doesn't even have a chance to even look downfield.
A little bit surprised, Alex, that Geneva decided to throw the football there on 3rd down instead of run it on 3rd and short.
And I am a little surprised, but also like they're trying to give this Teal defense a little different of a look and making sure that they're not solely keying on those fullback runs. And with still a little bit over a minute to go, you could have seen a fullback run by David Reed to try and get that first down so that they can go back to the pass on the next play.
It's really clear that new offensive coordinator Tim Taylor is liking what he's seeing right now with Caleb Romano and the added element he brings in the passing game. As Evan Baker will punt it away. On 4th and 15. 10 seconds left on the play clock. High snap, Baker's got it and just gets it away in time. It's a good high kick, fair catch called for and made at the 7-yard line. So 1:02 to work with for Teal. Tomcats do have 3 timeouts, but backed up inside their own 10-yard line. If you're the Tomcats and Sam Bauman, what do you think the right approach is here?
And I think the right approach is to kneel this ball out. You have a couple turnovers in the first half, and now you have something to look at. You have an offense that's been able to push the ball down the field. You have a look on defense that you can see and go into the locker room and try and make some adjustments. And I think that's what they should go to here with only a minute left in the first half.
Geneva will get the ball to begin the second half. It's 1st down and 10 for Rennie. Rennie's quick pass is caught. A reception made to Tanner Rennie. And Tanner Rennie's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Ran a lot of yards to not get anything. We're under a minute left.
And now you see the Tomcats going a little bit hurry up. Maybe they are trying to push this ball down the field a little bit. Geneva's not trying to take any timeouts. because they're not going to run any offense.
And whistles before the snap with 38 seconds left and a timeout called by Geneva.
Timeout, Geneva.
So
Their
Geneva
second of the first
has
half.
one timeout left. Teal still with timeouts in its back pocket as well. And Daniel Rennie, we were talking about the good decision making that he's made the course of the last couple games. Not as much in this second quarter, as Geneva's really been able to put him under pressure, forced an interception. But at the same time, Geneva's not been able to capitalize off the mistakes.
And that they've seen a lot of good looks on the defense. They've seen a lot of good pressures from their middle linebacker spots. And they're getting the interceptions with freshman corners that are playing freshman safeties and the inexperience they have in the secondary. And seeing those turnovers being created, you got to capitalize. And the Geneva offense is not able to finish these drives quite yet and capitalize on all the opportunities that they're given.
So 38.3 officially left on the clock. It's second down and 10 for Teal. Rennie in the shotgun, ball at the far side hash. Rennie's pass is caught. Reception made by Stone. He gets out of bounds at the first down marker for a pickup of 10.
And that's something they'll take all day. And Geneva's clearly playing prevent. Stone able to get to the sticks. With 34 seconds left, you only have a handful of plays that you can go to. But I think they're going to keep going to that out with Stone and just keep setting up a double move. And I think that's what they're going to have to go to, and Rennie's going to have a shot. And it's whether or not he completes that can really turn over this game.
And these two different types of offenses, Teal likes to spread you out, shotgun formation, 3 wide receiver sets, the 4 wide receiver set right here with Rennie looking to escape. Rennie still going 20-25, picks up a first down. Rennie still going to the 35 and dives towards the 40. Daniel Rennie with the best run of the game. And a timeout called by the Tomcats.
Rennie's got some wheels behind him. We talk about his arm talent and his decision making, but being able to tuck that ball and make a play, and knowing that Teal has those timeouts in their back pocket, he's able to make that play. And him recognizing that is a senior move and something that they haven't had a lot of experience at the quarterback spot for the Tomcats in a while.
Dante Caputo made the tackle, but not before Rennie was able to make his way all the way up to the 39. 26.5 left. Only one timeout remaining for Teal. The same for Geneva, just one on either side. And you can tell both offenses really moving the ball better, finding some rhythm, finding some chemistry as well up front. 2 turnovers forced by Geneva so far today. 1 by Teal. Shotgun for Rennie, everyone in tight. Rennie with time, pocket collapses in on him. It's Peyton Brereton again who applies the pressure. Second time he's collapsed in on Rennie, and the clock continues to roll in the final 15 seconds of the half.
And Rennie just didn't really have a shot. He's trying to look at something deep. He sees Stone starting to make his way in the center of the field, but the pocket just collapses, and that's just a great play for the Geneva defense. And that's Payne Brereton. And he's just been a force, especially last year. And now being a junior, you just see him stepping up. And that's a big-time play to stop this Teal offense in its tracks.
And Payne brings the pain against Teal and Rennie to end the first half. There is some confusion on the field if the half is over. Geneva, after running over to the locker room, is now coming back onto the sideline. There was a timeout called with 1 second remaining.
1 second.
So 1 second left, put back on the clock. Ball's at the 31-yard line. So Teal called a timeout before the game clock came to an end on the first half on what is second down and long.
That's an interesting decision by Teal, just taking a big negative play. But maybe they see and they know a play that can work in this situation, and maybe take a shot. And there's not really a whole lot to lose. Rennie just has to be careful with the football, not force anything, because you don't want to go in halftime on a pick.
So one more play here. You want to obviously try to prevent from turning over the football and allowing Geneva to maybe score on the final play. So on 2nd down and 18 and 1 second at the snap of the football, Geneva elects to call timeout. Gino DeMarco uses his last of the half. So Geneva wanted to see how Teal lined up on the final play. Get a look defensively and then try to alter something. And Gino DeMarco obviously saw something he didn't like on a 2nd down and 18 play that's upcoming. Both teams ready to get to the locker room and talk it over in a one-possession game.
I don't think they're ready to go to the locker room yet. And
yeah, apparently not.
They just want to stay outside longer because it's apparent that they don't want to go in the locker room with any timeouts in their pocket.
It's a beautiful night. It's a very hot night, but it is a beautiful night here in the middle of September 21st. And a great Saturday night in Beaver Falls. As the weather has cooperated, knock on wood, throughout the early portions of this season. So 2nd and 18 for Rennie after the timeouts. Pressure collapsing in on Rennie. He pitches it to Tanner Rennie, and Tanner Rennie gets brought down at about the 26, and that marks the end of the first half. 14-6. Geneva College out in front of Teal College as Robert Mangino is down on the sideline with Gino DeMarco in his 32nd season leading Geneva. His team is out in front, and Mangino is with the coach.
Coach, a little confusion there. Last 2 seconds, timeout by Teal.
Yeah, that was interesting. We called a timeout, see what they were in, get the coverage, not give up a big one. We're playing like a junior high team. I got to get in there and talk to these guys.
Not a lot when it comes to coach. He was really upset about the fact that Teal called timeout with 2 seconds left, and I knew he was going to call that second timeout. He told his coaches, listen, as soon as they line up, we're going to go ahead and call a timeout to see what they're in. What it ultimately does with just 1 second left to go, anybody's guess, right? I'm not quite sure what he's so upset about. The offense is looking good tonight, and this defense that's been really good for most of last game against CEMU, holding them down to 14 points all the way through till midway of the fourth quarter, and really playing lockdown except for one play. You got to wonder what Gino's so upset about.
Yeah, thanks, Mangino. Playing like a junior high team, Alex, but regardless of what Gino thinks about how they're playing, the one thing that doesn't lie, or that is more clear to everyone, is the scoreboard. 14-6. Geneva is out in front of Teal. Halftime coverage coming up next on KDKA+.
I'm Megan Schiller, and I'm on an important new assignment to save you money.
I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before you go out and buy more sunscreen.
Protect you from the sneakiest scams.
Pay attention to your mail because a scam letter could soon arrive.
And put the power of KDKA behind you when you've been wronged and feel like no one else will listen.
After you did some calling, emailing, I fabulously got phone calls.
I'm the only local reporter doing this, so if you need answers, just think Message Megan. KDKA investigates.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
At Leway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Loewe apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Loewe to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Now is the time. Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
Media Day, our own Austin Bechtold had an opportunity to sit down with senior defensive tackle Luke Faber of the Teal Tomcats. Here's that interview.
You're watching PAC football here on KDKA+. I'm Austin Bechtold, pleased to be joined by senior defensive lineman Luke Faber of Teal College. Luke, Coach Bauman said in PAC Media Day he would love to have 22 Luke Fabers. What does that mean to you as a player?
That means a whole lot. I mean, just the work that I put in from just high school, going into college, and being in that college football atmosphere, kind of like changing your ways from high school football. It's such a big change. No matter what division of football you are, it's college football now. So you have to have a professionalism about you. You have to have a discipline motivation about you, and just getting up every day, because it is a job, and you have school with that as well. So yeah, it just turns into a job in that everyday aspect. So kind of leading by example with that, and that's what I try to do, and that's awesome that Coach Bauman refers to me as that. So that's really cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like a job when you're out in the field.
No, exactly. Yeah. On Saturdays, it doesn't feel like a job at all. So you go out there at 1 o'clock on Saturdays, and it's the best feeling in the world. It's awesome.
Take me inside that balance between being a student athlete, the challenges of academics, while also playing a sport at a high level.
I mean, it doesn't start off the easiest, but once I tell a lot of like incoming freshmen, a lot of young guys that are maybe struggle with that, you just have to take it, I say within like the first 2 weeks of school. Once you build your routine of like, this is when I'm going to practice, this is when I'm lifting, film, everything, and this is when my downtime is. You just have to build your routine like you do with any other schooling, high school, middle school, everything. So you just have to build your routine in college, and then just after that, everything is just honestly smooth sailing if you make it that way. So
Luke, why do you love football so much? What was your football journey from when you first started playing to now, and why'd you pick Teal?
So, I mean, I started football maybe a little late than some other people. I started in 8th grade, so I went to like a private elementary school. Only basketball was there, so I just played basketball my whole life. And then by the time I got to my high school, I went there in 8th grade, so I just started playing there in 8th grade, and I just kept building my talents, getting bigger, faster, stronger with everything. And then leading up to college, that's always been the same goal with me, getting bigger, faster, stronger. That's never ending when you're playing football, and when you're in just any athlete in particular. But yeah, so I'm a fairly local guy, as some people know, but I always knew Teal throughout my life, growing up locally, and I went to a bunch of other schools, like visited them and everything, got tours and everything, met people. But something was driving me to get back to Teal. I loved the atmosphere. I loved how comfortable I was, talking to coaches, players, seeing facilities and everything. I knew it was just a comfortable place to be, and I would be happy there.
Yeah, you're from Greenville. You went to Reynolds. What's it like for your family to be there for every game for you? Just a short drive down the road.
Oh, they love it. They absolutely love it. They're there 3 hours before every game. They go to every single game, no matter where it is, and yeah, that's their thing. They love that more than I do, for sure. They just love going to games. Just opening up their tailgate and waiting for us to come out of the tunnel and everything. So, yeah, they couldn't be more happy.
Talking to senior defensive lineman Luke Faber. Luke, what's been one of your favorite memories playing at Teal?
I mean, one in particular, I would say winning our homecoming game last year. Just the atmosphere was just through the roof, and just so many people there and good vibes all around. And it was just an awesome day. And we have our homecoming parade, and it goes into our football game like that. So, yeah, that was just an awesome memory. But I mean, every game is a memory once you step on that field. You know what I mean? You just feel the atmosphere, and it's just people are cheering and everything. And you just feel that like it's football season. That's just a memory in itself. So, yeah, they're all memories, you know.
So, Luke, everyone has a support staff that supports them, and whether it be family, friends, whatever it might be, that's there to help them throughout the years. What would you like to say to them as you embark on your senior year?
Oh my gosh, just thank you for all the support. Really, just my family is super huge with all this, and my parents they're just the biggest support system. Like I could talk to them with any problem I have or anything that's on my mind or anything, and they've supported me with all the athletics I've been through, especially with football, and with college as well. It's a big change for everyone, and yeah, I thank them for everything that they did for me getting to where I am today with football and college and everything.
Luke Faber, senior defensive lineman for Teal College. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks
again.
I appreciate it.
Here on KDKA Plus.
Let's take a look at week 2 and the top 5 plays with Ethan Spazarski from Waynesburg.
Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Ethan Spazarski bringing you the top 5 plays around the PAC this week. Starting off with number 5, we're out in New Wilmington where Josh McGowan puts on a shoulder fake, then hits wide receiver Tate Beachy for the 37-yard to the house score where Westminster put up their first 7 points of the game. The number 4 play, we head to Meadville, PA, where the Bearcats defense is showing off their Bearcat-like reflexes with this interception by Robbie Labuda. Here at number 3, we stay in Allegheny, where the Bearcats offense makes a play as quarterback Israel Reed makes the throw to running back Dante Sanders for the somersaulting touchdown. Number 2, we go to Westminster again, where the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets are on the inch-yard line and somehow make a stop on the Josh McGowan QB sneak. And finally, this week's number 1 play of the week belongs to Keegan O'Brien, who does his best Julian Edelman impression and makes this spectacular tipped catch.
As he tries to track the football, it goes off Vital Joseph, and then O'Brien, it just finds him. Like the ball just magically slipped into his hands. I don't think he could do that again if he tried.
Well, that wraps up our top 5 plays this week. For myself, Ethan Spazarski, I say so long from Waynesburg. We'll see you next week.
Geneva over Teal, 14-6 at halftime. Coming up in just a couple of moments, the President's Athletic Conference Commissioner Joe Onderko goes in the booth with the guys. Coming up next.
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
Think you've tried everything at Panera? Think again. Introducing more new sandwiches and salads with our new flavor-packed toasted Italiano and the mouth-watering Mediterranean chicken greens with grains. More in every bite, just like the new ciabatta cheesesteak with melty provolone and garlic aioli. And more new options under $10, including our new creamy bacon mac and cheese. Come taste the new era at Panera.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, Check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
Welcome back and welcome into the broadcast booth. Austin Bechtold, pleased to be joined alongside PAC Commissioner Joe Onderko. Commissioner, really appreciate your time.
Austin, always a pleasure to join you. Thanks for having me.
Wanted to ask you about the state of the conference right now. We're 3 weeks into the football season. There's been some news that we'll get to just momentarily, but how do you like how the first couple of weeks of the season have played out?
Well, I don't think there have been huge surprises. I think it's shown what we thought, that this is one of the deepest and one of the strongest Division III conferences in the country. We have 2 teams nationally ranked. We have 2 other teams getting national votes. I think you maybe could make a case for a 5th. Which is where we've been the last few years. There's, I think we've had 5 different champions of this league in the last 7 years, and I don't know that there are many conferences in the country at any level that can say that. It just speaks to the depth and the parity of this great conference.
Yeah, led by Grove City, the defending champions and still undefeated last year, still undefeated this season. But the other team, Carnegie Mellon, electing to lead the PAC granting Carnegie Mellon to leave and has joined the new conference. What was the process like with Carnegie Mellon through the last couple of weeks?
Well, it was kind of brought to us late, so it was not ideal from that standpoint, but we worked together in good faith and were able to find a solution that I think both sides could live with. And Carnegie Mellon's been a very good affiliate for the last 10 years, and we certainly wish them well as they move on to the Centennial.
And we were talking about last week that the conference championship game is no more. There's going to be 11 teams next year, no divisional format. Could that be something, though, that people could look forward to? Maybe if another team wants to join further on down the road?
I think that's possible. And the other thing I would say is, when you have 11, and we've had 11 now for a few years, with the new NCAA playoff format going from 32 to 40 teams, our chances of getting a second or even conceivably a third team in the national playoffs have gone way up. So, you look at these things and while it's not ideal, you also look at the opportunities that this could bring, and I do think it's going to open up some postseason opportunities that maybe we haven't had in the past.
One final thing, you were at Allegheny last week with us. You're here tonight at Geneva, getting a chance every week to go to a different spot around the conference. What's your favorite part about seeing every school?
Just meeting the people and just experiencing the unique culture on each campus. We're here at Geneva, and I've been coming to football games at Geneva for almost 30 years, going back to their old rivalry with Westminster and NAIA days. Every school has unique traditions, but we're all part of the PAC culture, and that's what I love about it. And, to have the great schools that we have all within a 2-hour radius, it allows family members to go on the road and support their teams, fans to go on the road. It's a culture that's built over several years, and we're really proud of it. So when I get out and I can, visit with folks and see guys like you, that's the fun part of this job. I really enjoy it, and on a beautiful night like tonight, where else would you rather be?
Joe, we appreciate everything that you do, and thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Austin. Appreciate it.
Joe Onderko of the President's Athletic Conference. The second half between Teal and Geneva is up next.
It's more than a
Thanks,
move.
Guys.
It's a new job for her.
a new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspections and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
14-6, Geneva at home leads the Teal Tomcats. One possession game, as the stats indicate that Teal likes to throw the football and Geneva likes to run the football. No different than what we already knew coming into it today. But the overall stats show it. 171 total yards of offense for Teal, 157 for Geneva, even in the first down category. But the major thing in the game, turnovers. 3 by Teal, 1 by Geneva. And Alex, that's been a main caveat of this game so far. And it's also that one turnover from Geneva prevented the Golden Tornadoes from maybe leading this thing by even more.
And Teal's been really careless with the ball, and I think that's due to them putting a lot of faith in Rennie and just giving him the green light to throw a lot of these deep passes, but fortunately been a little off target, a little high on some throws to Stone, which caused those turnovers. But also you can look at those first downs, and those first downs are identical. And one comes from pass and the other one comes from run, but at the end of the day, it all gets done the same.
And Daniel Rennie has been sacked twice. He's thrown an interception. He's thrown 2 interceptions. He's thrown a touchdown. Let's take a look at some of our first half highlights, including the Jason Stone 59-yard touchdown reception from Rennie, which was the first score of the game. And it came after the Geneva fumble inside their own 10-yard line. The 59-yard touchdown to Stone. That was followed up by a pass from Caleb Romano to Tyson, and the 1-yard run from David Reed that made it a 14-6 game, with Geneva receiving the second half kickoff up past the 30-35. Lots of running room for Smith, and he's brought down at the 45. Landon Smith with a great return for Geneva. Great field position for the Golden Tornadoes to begin at the 43-yard line. Let's send it down to Robert Mangino.
Thank you very much. Here's what I found out when I talked to Coach Bauman about the timeout with 2 seconds left. He said he wanted to be a bit aggressive, and then after second thoughts thought maybe he shouldn't have done that. When it comes to what he looked at the first half, disappointed with his defense and their inability to stop the dive up the middle. And also when it comes to what they talked to the guys about at halftime was, listen, you got to have to play. It's a close game. Go out there and make things happen.
Pitch goes to Landon Smith. Smith past midfield and spinning his way to about the 48, a couple yards short of a first down. And what you could also see, Alex, in this second half, with Geneva's ability to shorten the game, a lot of runs in this second half and try to chew down the clock with the lead.
And this is what makes them so dangerous as an offense. Having a lead, going into halftime, and getting the ball in the third quarter, their goal here is to just waste as much time as they possibly can. And they're going to try and go a heavy dose of David Reed, trying to get a lot of plays run and a lot of clock run down.
Romano still has it. He'll keep it and pick up a first down. Good run for 6 yards for Caleb Romano.
And it's those early drives for the offense And you just see they're starting to hit their stride a little bit. And Geneva's just having their way. They're getting that push on the line of scrimmage. And you're seeing these Teal defenders, they're already looking tired. And Landon Smith's been the catalyst for this drive, having that big return and then also that initial run to set them up in their own territory.
Ball at the 43 of Teal. First down and 10 for Romano under center. He decides to pull it, and Romano past the 40 gets to about the 39, maybe just at the 40-yard line. It's another short pickup. How would you assess Romano's play today? He's making his first collegiate start, and so far, so good.
And he's done exactly what he's been told to do, and that's manage this game, don't put the ball on the ground, and he's just making the right reads. And he's getting the ball to the playmakers that he needs to get them to, and they're chewing up a lot of clock. They're getting a lot of yardage, and so in my opinion, he's being the perfect game manager that he was told to be.
Romano goes under center. One receiver to the far side, one to the near side. Another run. This time it's a handoff to Reed. Reed is bouncing off tacklers, running over defenders. David Reed picks up a first down to the 30. To pick up a 10.
And once Reed starts going downhill, once he gets across that initial first line of scrimmage, he is so hard to break down in the second and third levels. Because when you give him more space to work with, he's just so hard to bring down whenever his body frame doesn't allow you to go high up on the tackle.
Chad Morningstar, the defensive tackle, 10 yards down the field, ultimately made the stop. Reed on another carry gets brought down after a short gain. Good job by Jalen Rose, the defensive end. 5'10", 205 pounds on the tackle.
And we watched the first quarter of this game, and to think that Geneva didn't even attempt to pass on their first couple drives. And then you see them kind of stall out towards the end of the second quarter when they're kind of forced to pass a little bit. And that drop back pass is not what they're used to. But now they're back in their element, and the Teal defense needs to step up and make a play and cause some negative yards.
And Geneva's been consistently snapping the ball with about 10, 15 seconds left on the play clock. It's Romano, another carry. Romano past the 20, 15. Romano spinning towards the 10. And that's the third option. Really the first option if Romano decides to just keep it himself, but you have the option to go to Smith, go to Reed, Ranson maybe on a carry, or Caleb Romano to take it himself with 4 men in the backfield, and this time Romano able to exploit the defense.
And Romano seeing that the end is crashed down inside, going for that fullback dive, going for David Reed, and that leaves the outside of the field wide open. He's able to get around the corner.
Justin Logan made the tackle. It's first down and 10 at the 11. Geneva can still pick up a first down on the drive. Romano decides to keep it himself, and he picks up a couple. And Chad Morningstar lost his helmet during the play. He's going to have to come off for one snap.
And he's one of those players that you circle on the depth chart as the biggest playmaker. And Morningstar has been a staple of this team for so long. He's a senior. And look for them to go to David Reed on this play, knowing that Morningstar has to come out because his helmet's taken off.
Cooper Edmiston is in as an extra back, number 19. Reed also in the backfield with Smith. Romano gives it to Reed. Reed falls forward to the 6-yard line, maybe the 5. He's able to pick up 3 yards.
Another 4 minutes and counting going off this clock. And you mentioned earlier, Austin, they're snapping the ball with 10 to 15 seconds. They're actually not actively trying to run this clock down. They're just trying to get a score. And I think if they get this touchdown here, on their future drives, they're going to try and use more clock. But right now, they're not concerned with it.
Romano under center on 3rd down and 5 at the 6. Romano pitches it, gives it to Landon Smith. Smith is short, only getting to the 4-yard line. It's a pickup of 2 yards. Decision time for Geneva and Gino DeMarco. Neither team has attempted a field goal this season.
And that's an interesting stat to make. And you kind of think of, are they not confident in their kickers? But knowing that Geneva can push this to a 2-possession game, especially with how well the offense has been able to operate, and knowing that Teal really struggles whenever they're backed up inside their own territory.
And Geneva will send the field goal unit on. The freshman, Evan Baker, with Keaton Baker, the holder, to 21-yarder. Baker's kick is blocked. Teal has it in the end zone. A chance for a return here. And the Tomcats take it all the way out to the 23-yard line. What a big play by Teal on special teams to block the kick and prevent this game from going to a 2-score game. It remains 1 and an 8-point lead for Geneva. Teal football after this on KDKA+.
When the biggest newsmakers have something big to say.
We're really testing the limits.
This is hurting working families.
This is a challenging moment.
They say it to one station. The biggest interviews. KDKA TV. Expect more.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready? Ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
This Saturday, tune into KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as the Carnegie Mellon Tartans face the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. This Saturday at 2 p.m., only on KDKA Plus.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
In Pittsburgh, the news moves fast. But as the stories evolve, KDKA sticks with them, holding our leaders accountable and bringing change to the communities we call home. Stick with us every weeknight starting at 4.
It remains 14-6. Geneva leading Teal. 9:37 to go, third quarter. After the first field goal attempt of Evan Baker's collegiate career was blocked. Teal offense takes over at the 23-yard line. Handoff from Rennie. Plenty of running room. Dion Logan still going to the 45. And Logan burst back to his feet with a ton of excitement. Great first offensive play for the Tomcats at 20 yards.
You gotta love the blocking up front for the Tomcats. Able to free up Logan. See a great down block by the guard that spring Logan forward, and he's able to finish that run. And now keeping him in the game, knowing that his pace is working, and they're going up tempo.
Two receivers to the far side, one to the near side with the back remaining. Dion Logan, senior 5'10" back. Another call to Logan. This time he's only able to get 2 yards as the pile moves forward towards the 48-yard line.
Now, I think this is the most important play of the game. I think you get your running back, couple yards, and now you're looking to Rennie. And if I'm Coach Sam Ballman, I put my trust in him, and I try and look for Stone. And I think Stone has been really successful on that out route because the corners are playing so deep. And I think they can get this first down and see if they can complete that, because this is a good drive starter with the run by Logan, but they need to get this first down in order to give them a chance moving this football.
Stone is the lone receiver lined up on the far side of the formation. Trips receivers to the near side. Rennie in the shotgun. Looks over the middle of the field. Pocket begins to collapse and the pass is incomplete. He's trying to find Adam Crease. The freshman 6'3" wide receiver. Big target out there, but not able to connect. And it sets up 3rd down and 7.
And they do exactly what I said and put Stone on the out route. But they have the corners pressed up, not letting them get that space that they've been able to use today. But you're going to see there's a little bit of open running room for Adam Crease, the freshman, coming across the field. And he was open for a little bit, and Rennie just not able to find him.
But Alex Gonzalez collapsed in on the pocket, and he's really the one that forced the air and throw with his pressure up the middle. It's 3rd down and 7 at the 48. 2 receivers line up each side for Rennie. Logan is the back. Rennie, quick pass, it's caught. Reception made by Ryan Acosta trying to make a move, and Acosta gets pushed towards the line. He needed to get to the 45, but is being marked at the 46-yard line. The hit really moved Acosta forward a yard and sets up Teal on 4th down and 1. The Tomcats will go for it. Both teams are substituting. And the referees will allow both sides to get the correct personnel out there on the field. We take another look at it.
Acosta able to find an open spot over the middle of the field. Able to give his team a chance. Look, a lot of confusion here on the Tomcats who are trying to go up tempo.
That was Colton Hill's
illegal substitution
forward, but
offense, 12 men in formation.
That's a
5-yard
penalty.
4th down.
5-yard substitution penalty against Teal, and this might be the difference in going for it and punting, and the punting unit's coming on.
And Sam Ballman wants his team to go up tempo to catch the Geneva defense off guard and not able to substitute. The refs allowed him sub, and what should be at Teal's advantage, ends up creating a costly penalty and bringing the punt team out.
Cody Patterson is back deep, who has an interception defensively on the game today. 7 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. 14-6, Geneva leads. Teal set the punt after the 5-yard penalty. Good snap and a good kick away from Zach Smith, the freshman punter. Takes a hop and rolls inside the 10-yard line where it goes out of bounds at the 8. So a great punt delivered by Teal, and it backs up Geneva inside its own 10-yard line. Scores around the PAC, Grove City 56, St. Vincent 7. Saw St. Vincent last week against Allegheny earned a victory. Washington and Jefferson and Waynesburg 55-16 the final there. Carnegie Mellon all over Bethany. We'll see Carnegie Mellon coming up against Washington and Jefferson. Great game next week, 2 o'clock. Don't miss that. Westminster leads Allegheny 21-0. Glad you joined us here on KDKA Plus, CBS News Pittsburgh, streaming online. Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, and Robert Mangino in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania for Geneva and Teal. Both teams 0-2 on the season. Looking for win number 1. Romano pitches it. Far side run to Landon Smith, and he makes his way to the 10. Big hit delivered. See, we take another shot of that. It looked like Williams. Josh Williams from his cornerback spot. Sophomore 6'1" corner. Plays more like he's 6'5" at that cornerback spot. He's not afraid to lay somebody out, and did so right there. Good hit on Smith.
And Logan coming up from his secondary spot and really laying the boom on that play, and only giving 3 yards on that gain for the Geneva offense, who's had their way with Landon Smith.
Romano, he keeps it. Luke Faber makes the tackle at the 13-yard line as Romano is only able to get 2 yards on 2nd and 7. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
And something that I think Romano needs to work on a little bit after watching this tape is he has a big frame, 6'3", and with the triple option, it's all about deception. And I think he runs really high. He stands up really tall, shows his big frame, but kind of suscepts him to getting tackled high up around the waist, which caused him to not get those plow forward yards.
3rd and 5 of the 13. Romano will throw. The pass is incomplete. It was a low pass intended for Baker, and Keaton Baker not able to make the grab. Would have been close to a first down, but Geneva now goes 3 and out. And this is the chance for Teal after you had 4th down and 1. The penalty backs you up. You punt to try to pin Geneva in deep, and now the Golden Tornadoes have to punt from their own end zone. Could be some good field position for Teal.
And you're seeing great adjustments by this defenses going into halftime, and they seem like they shored up a lot of those mistakes after those big splash plays created in the first half.
So 2 men are back deep for Teal. 1 at the 35 and 1 standing right at midfield. It's a high snap, and punt is away. Good job from Baker to get away in time, and Acosta calls a fair catch at the 49-yard line. 5:33 remaining, third quarter of play. Geneva with the lead, 14-6, but Teal once again trying to threaten and tie this thing up.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a 5A rivalry as the Peters Township Indians take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+.
14-6, Geneva leads Teal. The Tomcats with the ball in Golden Tornadoes territory beginning at the 48-yard line. Daniel Rennie takes the high snap and he hands it off to his brother Tanner Rennie. Rennie able to make his way for a decent pickup of 3 yards to the 45.
And this is a crucial possession. You have to start getting some points on the board. Running low in the third quarter, you have to be very methodical with who you're going to get the ball to. And Tanner Rennie is definitely a guy that's going to give you some tough yards. And I still like the way Logan's been running the football, and I think they should definitely get him involved more in the passing game.
Logan came into today only averaging 3 yards per carry. He's been significantly better than that today. Tanner Rennie remains the back for Daniel Rennie in the shotgun. The give goes to Tanner Rennie. He gets stopped for a loss on the play of a couple yards. Good play made defensively. That was Cameron Smith up from his safety spot. And Smith has been pretty active today at the Laurel High School, Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Another senior on this defense and just crashing down, immediately recognizing the run, seeing Rennie give that ball to his brother, and he's able to explode from his safety position and make a great tackle to force a third down.
Yeah, that's one of the best tackles you'll see today. Great play made up from the secondary by Cameron Smith. So the 2-yard loss makes it 3rd down and 9 now for Daniel Rennie. Lining up in the shotgun with Tanner next to him. Daniel Rennie, plenty of time. We'll take a shot downfield, and the pass is incomplete for Stone. It was a good throw by Rennie, and Stone falling awkwardly to the ground is now slow to get up. Still hasn't gotten back to his feet. Dante Caputo had the coverage, and Stone appears to be in pain. Take another look.
Rennie trying to take a deep shot. Sees Stone have a little bit of a step. Little ball's put in the spot that it needs to be. But that's a great defensive play. And I think that just saved a large gain for this Teal offense.
That was Pierre on the coverage defensively, number 1 for Geneva, that knocked it away. Or else it could have been a big completion for Stone to set up 1st down and goal. But Stone is being attended to by the trainers. And we'll take a break with 4:05 remaining. Geneva leads by 6, by 8, 14.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965 with a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Teal set the punt on 4th and 9 after the incompletion. Good to see Jason Stone able to run off under his own power back to the Teal sideline. Landon Smith is back. Punt away, and it's a high kick that takes a couple of hops, and Smith lets it roll once again inside the 10. Very similar spot that Geneva will set up shop as the last drive, backed into their own territory again. This Friday, check out the high school football game of the week between Peters Township and Upper St. Clair. It's the Steelers High School Football Showcase game of the week, right here on KDKA Plus, 7 o'clock kickoff from USC. And congratulations to the JRM video production crew for winning an Emmy for last year's broadcast excellence, and the high school football showcase. There's the crew and aside our production truck. Ryan Milan on the left, Jake Mislivchik on the right. And the pitch goes to Smith for what looked like a couple yards, but a good effort from Landon Smith to continue the play and move forward towards the 15. He's going to be marked about a yard shy of the 15-yard line, maybe 2. And a good pickup on first down.
Seeing both offenses just being very conservative and not able to push the ball after starting and creating turnovers. You see the block kick by the Tomcats, not able to capitalize. And it just gets going back and forth, and you're just waiting to see who's going to take the top off these defenses.
Romano with it. He'll fake the pitch. Romano carries for a first down, still going. Romano spinning his way past the 25-yard line. Good run of 11 for Caleb Romano.
Romano's having a lot of success pulling that football away from Reed. So much attention goes to a fullback like David Reed. And obviously, he's the first option when it comes to this offense, but also having him out in space as a blocker and leaving Romano the ability to make men miss. And I think that's someone they're going to go to again.
2 receivers on the near side of the formation. This time the handoff goes to David Reed, and he's going nowhere. Luke Faber on the tackle. You got the chance to hear from Luke during halftime, the conversation that I had with him at PAC Media Day. Senior 6'4" defensive tackle in there on the stop.
And Luke Faber's just one of those people that kind of embodies Teal football. And growing up in the backyard of Teal College and always passing by it, he told us, and he's very proud to play for this football team.
He's from Greenville. He loves the area, went to Reynolds, cares about this program a lot. 2nd down and 9. Romano will keep it himself, and he goes nowhere. Romano maybe gets 2 yards. Going to be spotted at the 28. And once again, it's Badger in on the tackle. Tyron Harrell, linebacker from Amani Christian High School, also combining in on the tackle.
And Badger's being that difference maker at the middle linebacker spot. And in the triple option, you really have to be able, as a linebacker, to scrape across the line of scrimmage and be able to take the fullback dive, but also be able to key on the quarterback run, which he's doing perfectly in this third quarter.
3rd down and 8 for Geneva. Romano was getting ready to pass, but looks like he might be going back 5 yards before. Here's the call. And a false start being signaled against Geneva. And it's a costly penalty. Penalty is costly for any team, but especially costly for a team like Geneva that just does not throw the football that often and relies on the triple option. This makes it a lot more difficult of the situation to pick up on 3rd down.
And it just limits the amount of options that you have. And being a run-first team and you really want to just run the football and being put in scenarios with penalties and obvious passing downs with plays that you don't usually run in these scenarios.
So 3rd down and 13. Ball back to the 23. Romano rolls out. The pass is caught. Good grab by Seth Tyson. He is short of the first down marker, needing to get to the 36. He made it to the 35, and decision time for Geneva. Maybe a length of the football away from converting.
Caleb Romano going away from his throwing arm, able to roll out. He puts that ball really low and to the right, which gives Tyson the only opportunity to make a play on that football and keep it away from the defender.
Here we go, 4th down and 1 at the 35, needing 1 yard. Can Teal hold up? Or can Geneva continue the drive? Romano under center. He gives it to Reed. Reed's got the first down, and the drive continues. David Reed, easy run off the right side of the line.
And a lot of our viewers are probably thinking quarterback sneak. But the way you have David Reed directly behind the quarterback, lined up only 2.5 yards behind the quarterback, giving him a full head of steam, able to break through that offensive line. And he's just a special player in short yardage situations.
Geneva does not have to run another play, and it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter, 14-6. Geneva still leads. No one has scored in this 2nd half. Will it stay that way? 15 minutes on the clock in regulation to find out here from Beaver Falls.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBA Life. What does it do? It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends. What's so great about that? My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBA Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more. You might be interested in a GBU life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community. This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a 5A rivalry as the Peters Township Indians take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+.
Now is the time. Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
This Saturday, tune into KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as the Carnegie Mellon Tartans face the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. This Saturday at 2 p.m., only on KDKA Plus.
Eight-point lead for Geneva as we go to the fourth quarter here on KDKA Plus. Austin Bechtold, Alex Terrett, and Robert Mangino alongside. Geneva has outrushed Teal by 150 yards, and Geneva on this drive has eclipsed over 200 yards rushing, Alex.
And 45 rushing attempts for the Geneva offense, and only 202 yards, which is outstanding, and Teal only having 52 rush yards. You just see that huge difference in the complete opposite styles of teams.
And special teams, though, for Teal has been good. You were talking during the break to me about how 88 return yards for Teal on kickoffs in 3 returns have been a big part of this. As it's a run for Smith on the pitch that goes for a decent gain of about 6 yards on first down.
And you just keep going back to those rush yards, and you just think that for a team that runs the ball every play, that the defense will be able to stop the run. And just the way the Geneva offense knows exactly what to do on every play, they run the same plays, and they're still able to create so much efficiency in the run game is incredible.
It's second down and 5, marked at the 42-yard line. Romano under center. He'll keep it. Romano diving his way past the 45-yard line. Needs the 47 for a first down. Looks to be about a yard short. Since David Reed's touchdown with 12:16 to go in the second quarter, no one has scored. That was a drive that only took a minute off the clock. And Geneva offensively has an opportunity here with the total possession time significantly trending, at least, in Geneva's favor. It's 3rd and 1 at the 46. Needing to get a yard. David Reed is able to pick it up. Makes his way to the 49. It's about a 3-yard gain.
And we can harp back to what we talked about earlier in the broadcast about playing ugly football. And Gino DeMarco would love some ugly football right now if it means he can milk this entire clock and not even have to put a score on the board. If he can run 3-4 plays for every first down and keep moving the chains, he can really put a damper on the Teal hopes of coming back in this football game.
Romano running to the far side, pitches it, and good job by Ranson to grab the football, but he gets upended. Big tackle by Thomas Howard. We got to take another look at that one, as a lot could have happened on that play, and Geneva was very fortunate that Ranson held on to the football.
And like you said, Ranson just holding on for dear life after he bobbles the initial exchange, and then Howard just upending Ranson to put him in the ground. And now a second and long. Oh, and we also see Caleb Romano sitting down on the turf.
And that's significant. Darren Myers is the backup quarterback. He played the last 2 weeks after Caleb Romano was dealing with an injury. He's now walking off to the sideline under his own power and looks at Gino DeMarco. They have a conversation very briefly. Romano looks to be okay, but we'll see. Going to come out for a play. As next week, big matchup. Carnegie Mellon, Washington, and Jefferson. It's a 2 p.m. kickoff between two of the powers in the PAC. Carnegie Mellon undefeated at 2-0, as well as Case Western, W&J's undefeated, Grove City as well, and Westminster. Grove City and Westminster have already had their bye weeks, their open weeks this year, with Teal and Geneva looking for win number 1, Bethany and Waynesburg as well. Second down and 13 after the 3-yard loss. It's Darren Myers looking to throw it, incomplete. And Myers comes in for one play. Can't find Seth Tyson, skipped the ball to him, and Romano's already starting to walk back out onto the field. Looks like Myers will go back to tight end potentially, but Romano, after taking a couple steps on the field, still on the sideline.
And that shows a lot of trust in Darren Myers from the coaching staff. On a 2nd and long, first play, hasn't even thrown any passes this game, and have him roll out, but takes a big shot towards the end of the play, unable to find his receiver.
Big play, 3rd down and 13. Darren Myers remains the quarterback. He rolls out to the near side. Myers, with time, steps up. Now will tuck and run. Myers makes his way to midfield, but is way short. Good stop made by Rose defensively, right at midfield. It's going to be about 8 yards shy of a first down. Geneva will have to punt.
And as Darren Myers makes his way out of the backfield, you're going to see number 9 receiver Keaton Baker just slips a little bit as he's getting out of his break, falls down. Darren Myers doesn't see an open receiver, has to tuck in and run and try and get as much as he can, and unfortunately can't get to the sticks.
So in a one-score game, Teal will have another opportunity. We'll have to get the ball into the end zone and also convert on a 2-point conversion to tie this game. The scoreboard has gone off in the building here at the field and now has been reset as Acosta calls for a fair catch at the 16. So it's really been, Alex, a game of field position in this second half. No one has really gotten close to scoring a touchdown. And it's really been a battle back and forth, especially on this right side of the field. It's getting a lot of work on the turf. But now if you're Teal, what do you have to see? You would think that in this point in the game, 11:25 left, and knowing Geneva's ability to run the football and also milk out the clock, this drive is critical to score points.
And it's super critical, and I completely agree with you, and that goes a lot with the defense play. And the defense for both teams has been amazing to start the second half, and you just don't see a lot of finishing drives right now in the second half. And it seems like both teams start out really well in their first 2 plays from scrimmage, and then a costly penalty backs them up and doesn't allow them to keep moving forward. And Teal just needs a clean drive, no forced penalties, and even if you don't end in a score here, you have to flip the field possession in your favor and pin Geneva back in their own territory if you're not going to finish this drive with points.
What does Daniel Rennie have up his sleeve? The senior quarterback, a transfer into Teal, making his 3rd start. Has 2 men in the backfield with him, both to his right. Rennie sends a man in motion. That's Acosta running to the far side. He gets it on a pitch. Acosta running towards the 15-yard line. He's going to lose a yard on the play. Sets up 2nd and long.
This is an interesting play design by Coach Baumann, putting 2 running backs in the backfield next to Rennie, and then able to flip out the jet sweep to get 2 blockers in front. But still, Geneva defense, their pursuit to the ball has been amazing in the second half, and just not letting anybody get in space and make a move.
Reed Gordon's been really good. Lonnie Kraft as well. Cameron Smith from his safety spot. And the corners have also held up and done a nice job for Geneva tonight. The 2 freshmen on either side of the field. It's 2nd down and 11. 2 receivers line to the far side. Man in motion runs towards the near side. Rennie with time. Delivers over the middle. Wide open. Jason Stone makes the reception. It's a pickup of 14 yards for Stone to the 30.
And Stone just taking the space that he's given with the corners, pushing back, not letting everything over the top. And Stone able to sneak behind the linebackers, find a window, and you just see how open the middle of the field is. Stone able to use, you'd like to see a better, more accurate pass from Rennie to get Stone out in space because he had a lot of running room.
And Pierre made the tackle. His helmet came off at the end of it. He has to come out for a play. Rennie will take it himself and doesn't get much. Gets swallowed up at the 30-yard line. Makes it to the 31 for short pickup of 1 before Alex Gonzalez met him. Gonzalez has done a really good job against the pass, rushing the passer. There he's involved in the running game.
And someone that we haven't said the name of in a while has been Blake Joseph. And the slot receiver was really impactful in the first half, able to give Rennie a different option other than Stone outside on the outside. We need to see Joseph step up here in the slot and try and find open running room so they can get a more manageable third down.
Colton Hill in there in the interior of the defensive line for Geneva as well has had a good day. The run goes to Logan. Dion Logan trying to change directions. Logan still on his feet and is able to fall forward to the line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. Well, it could have been a significant loss.
He's able to save that tackle for loss, able to spin out of it, just lose his footing a little bit because he kind of made some more running room with him. Trying to see if he can make a play. Gets met in the backfield hard by Colton Hill. And Hill just bottling up Logan, not letting him get free.
And Teal pulled the left tackle and left guard on the play. It was Conrad Johnson. We're trying to get him out in space to block, try to create room for Logan. But it brings up 3rd down and 9 for Daniel Rennie. 3 receivers at the far side of the formation. Rennie looking that way. Quick pass. It's caught at the 35-yard line. It's Joseph who gets dragged down a couple yards short of a first down. Dante Caputo on the stop.
And Joseph is the one we wanted to see step up. He has a lot of room in the middle of the field. And we just keep seeing that their safeties are pushing out to the outside. The Teal offense is sending a lot of motions outside. They keep Stone inside the slot to try and get him some extra running room. They leave Joseph open, and now they're going for it on 4th.
Teal keeps the offense out on the field on 4th and 4. 8.5 to go, 4th quarter. Geneva brought 6 on the last play. We'll see if the Golden Tornadoes dial it up and bring pressure. Reed Gordon standing in the middle of the defensive formation, showing pressure. Now backs off. Now he's going to rush. Rennie under pressure, trying to escape. Daniel Rennie being flushed, delivers downfield, and the pass is intercepted. Taken away by Pierre, running down the sideline. Pierre into the end zone, walk-in touchdown, pick 6.
And Pierre making a lot of tackles in the secondary, but makes the biggest play of the football game by seeing Rennie escaping the pocket, knows it's 4th down, knows he's going to throw up a prayer, and Pierre just high-pointing the football and makes a great return with nobody out in front of him. And he's out there on his own with Stone. Rennie tries to go to his guy, a little underthrown. Pierre just takes it, and the rest is in the books.
Had great blocking out in front of him as well. Nick Sorella led the way. And it made it so that Pierre had nobody in front of him, just a bunch of open running room and nothing but just open turf, with Gino DeMarco not happy about how Geneva is lining up for the extra point formation. It's 20-6, 14-point lead for Geneva, 8:03 remaining. We'll take another look at the pick 6.
You're going to see Rennie try to do a little too much here. It's 4th down in his own territory, throws up a prayer. It's just not a whole lot out. Stone stops his momentum, and Pierre just reads that route perfectly. Just trying to make sense of a busted play, ends up in a pick 6.
Lyman Shaheen with great pressure on that play, a freshman linebacker who's playing in Gabe Trexler's spot with Trexler injured. An extra point attempt to extend it to a 15-point game. It's a low snap. Good hold, and the kick is up and good from Baker. Good job by Keaton Baker to get the hold down for Evan Baker to convert. 8:03 still to go. Geneva extends the lead, 21-6.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine. And Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
It's more than a piano. It's music lessons, birthday parties, and countless family memories, now safely tucked away, awaiting Nana's new home. It's more than a piano, and we're more than a truck.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a 5A rivalry as the Peters Township Indians take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+.
Well, all it took was Geneva to get away from the two teams in the PAC that are ranked in the top 25 of the D3 Top 25 Football Poll, d3football.com, with Grove City 9th in the country. Carnegie Mellon 17th in the country. Case Western and Washington and Jefferson are also receiving votes. So really successful season so far for the conference. And Geneva, after losses to Grove City and Carnegie Mellon, a huge play by Pierre on the pick six to extend the lead now to 21-6, the 15-point lead. And Teal getting the football back on a short kick that's fielded up at the 31 and taken past the 35-yard line and close to the 40. So good field position for Teal. And Rennie needing to respond and answer after that pick six, where it was, I mean, there's been a lot of turnovers in this game, and there's been some takeaways that have had big impacts on the game, none bigger than that one. And that's really, if you're Teal and Sam Bauman, the mistake you can't have in that situation.
And it's such a hard thing to do, 4th and long. You're trying to not take a sack. You at least want to give your receiver a chance, who Stone has been great in this game, providing the jump ball opportunity, and unfortunately just has too much pressure in his face, and it's a return for a touchdown, and that kind of puts the final sword wound into a offensive struggle day for the Teal offense.
Empty backfield for Rennie. Look to set up a screen. He's got Logan. Logan with some blockers in front of him, gets upended. Good tackle made by Cameron Smith. That goes for a loss of 1.
And you can't say enough about these Geneva defenders. I mean, they are relentless. And they're always going for the football. They're always just have a great head for the football. And Smith just able to upend. And we see another stoppage in play.
Yeah, it was Deion Logan who was down on the play, but he did spring to his feet, was able to walk off to the sideline under his own power without the training staff having to come out and talk to him or assist him. We saw Cameron Smith there, because there were a couple blockers out in front for Teal. Smith just evade everyone, used his quickness to get past the offensive lineman downfield trying to block, set up on screen. It brings up 2nd and 11. 2 receivers line up each side. Rennie with time, flushed out of the pocket. Rolls to the far side of the field. Rennie delivers downfield. The pass is caught. He finds Adam Crease inside the 30-yard line in a big play for the Tomcat offense.
And Crease and Joseph do the same thing. They're supposed to be running posts across the left side of the field. As soon as they see Rennie escape to the right of the pocket, they immediately turn their heads the other way and they run to the sideline. And Rennie just playing his backyard football, seeing Crease turn his head around, and basically runs that like a corner route. And that's the improvisation you need against the Geneva defense, who's really stopped your run game.
He got around Cody Patterson for a big pickup with the ball spotted at the 31. Rennie under pressure, delivers. Oh, it goes in and out of the hands of Reed Gordon. Almost another takeaway.
And Reed Gordon drops perfectly in that zone to cover Joseph across the middle. Gordon just sees his offensive player go across his face and immediately sits back in that middle of the field and almost has a game-changing turnover.
And you saw the pressure applied by Lonnie Kraft. Big hit on Rennie there. Sets up 2nd down. 6:33 left to go in regulation. Clock stopped on the incompletion. 3 receivers lined to the near side, 1 on the far side. Plenty of time for Daniel Rennie. Looking to take a shot towards the near side of the field, and it's caught by Acosta. Was it bobbled, intercepted? It's Caputo who ends up making the catch. Now the officials are talking about it, and it is ruled an interception. So you thought maybe it was caught by Acosta, then it was in and out of his hands. Caputo made the reception. Referees talked about it. We'll take another look and try to sort this thing out.
And you're going to see a wide open receiver. Caputo's closing in the bobble, and I think he got a foot down. I think Caputo might have been able to steal that away from the Tomcats. gets the feet down, bobbles it. Caputo gets a foot down. I think that's Geneva football.
Great concentration by Dante Caputo, the graduate safety from North Allegheny High School. Get a foot down, takes advantage of the bobble from Acosta, and it's first down and 10 at the 15-yard line for Geneva. Caleb Romano back out there. He takes it past the 20-yard line.
And Coach DeMarco loves this situation. He has 6 minutes on the clock. He's up 2 possessions, and all he can do is run his offense. And his offense is built for this moment. And the Geneva offense is in the driver's seat. And the Teal defenders are going to have to show a lot of pressure to try and jar this football loose on the exchanges.
Second down and 4. Take the handoff and pitch it out to Smith. Landon Smith gets a first down and more and is out of bounds with 5:51 left.
And Landon Smith's been probably one of the biggest contributors for this Geneva offense. And he's been consistently getting the most yards per carry, and he's usually the third option in this offense. And seeing your third option producing the most is definitely something to hang your head on.
Physicality is so important to Gino DeMarco and to the entire community, the football team here at Geneva. That's a good run by Landon Smith on first down. Makes his way to the 33-yard line. And they're trying to be as physical as possible, which begins at the point of attack. And a good job by this offensive line, especially the freshmen up front in Brown and Winovich. And also you're seeing a lot of movement from David Polachek at the center position. This offensive line has done a nice job tonight.
And the guards have been a crucial part to getting this fullback dive going and getting David Reed the room that he has to run the football. And that's proven to be one of the biggest advantages for this offense going forward.
Cooper Edmiston is in there as an extra back. Romano will keep it, spinning his way towards a first down. He's going to be about a yard short. Up to about the 37. Now they're going to give him the first down as Romano is able to get 5 yards. Under 5 minutes left. Geneva is trying to continue to bleed out the clock in a 2-possession game. Let's send it down to Mangino.
Not sure who you're going to choose for the player of the game, but you may want to pick somebody that may be on defense, that they've been absolutely fantastic tonight. You mentioned the graduate assistant with that pick. They only start 2 other seniors, and they start 3 freshmen on this team. A very young defense that was able to hold their own through most of the game against CMU, and they've shown themselves to be a legitimate defense here in the pack tonight.
Yeah, Mangino, I'm not sure at this point who is the player of the game. There's so many good candidates with Pierre, Caputo. Could also give it to Caleb Romano, Landon Smith. David Reed's had a good game. A lot of different options and choices. 14 seconds left on the play clock. So we're under 4 minutes now for second down and 7. Romano under center, hands it off. Smith spins off a tackler. He's able to run to the 43-yard line. Set up third down and manageable.
And the Teal defense has to prevent this Geneva offense from getting this first down, because as soon as they get this first down, you have to start using your timeouts. Down 2 possessions, you need to savor those as much as you can. And this is the turning point of the football game if Teal has any chance of coming back.
.310 left. Sets up third down and 5 at the 42. Romano keeps it himself. Romano does not get close to a first down. He's stopped at the 44 where his forward progress ends. A couple of different defenders are in there. Luke Faber at the point of attack. Brings up fourth down and decision time for Gino DeMarco. I would imagine just punt the football away and don't give Teal good field position.
And you're just banking on your defense playing the way it's been playing. And all the turnovers that this Teal offense has produced, it feels pretty good if you're the Geneva team.
Landon Smith on 16 carries has rushed for 106 yards. He's averaging 6.5 yards per carry. David Reed on 20 rushes has 78 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Romano has rushed for 62 yards. So 3 Geneva rushers have gone for over 50 yards in the game. As Geneva calls timeout. The Golden Tornadoes have rushed for 244 yards. Teal only 52. The difference is in the passing yards, 197 for the Tomcats compared to 46 for Geneva.
And for the Tomcats, it's been the turnovers. And they've produced a lot of pass yards. And so the turnovers have been super detrimental to the pass game and the good things you've seen from Rennie.
Make sure to follow us on social media at JRM Sports, on Twitter, X, as well as Instagram, and also you can catch us on YouTube with our real-time content and highlights. You can see the Pierre interception, you can see the Caputo interception, you can see the rushing touchdown from Reed. You can also see the score from Teal earlier on in the game as well. Find it at JRM Sports on social media. So Geneva let the play clock go all the way down and called timeout with 2:18 left to go in the game. It's a 2-score advantage for the Golden Tornadoes. Teal does have 3 timeouts left. And Baker, the freshman punter, looking to get this one away with a clean exchange. Baker does get her away in time. It's a high kick. The Tomcats will let it bounce. Takes a really good Teal bounce and rolls all the way up to the 33. Rennie, 18 of 27 today with 3 interceptions. We've also seen the fumble from Teal. You said it, Alex. Turnovers have been the problem. Rennie's been sacked twice. Defense has done a terrific job for Geneva today.
And you pair that with the lack of rushing yards. And it just really shows the tenacity of the Geneva defense. And the defensive line getting 2 sacks. And Rennie's been running for his life in the backfield. And it all comes from that stout Geneva defensive line.
2:07 left for Rennie. He's in the shotgun receivers to the near side. One to the far side, looking downfield, incomplete, trying to connect with Stone. Once to the lone man on that side. Once again, it was Pierre. And a great coverage. He might be your leading candidate right now for player of the game. With the pick 6, he's done a good job from his cornerback spot.
And Pierre's really just flipped the game on its head with the pick 6. You didn't see a lot of offense, a lot of offensive struggles between both teams. And then Pierre able to make a big play whenever his offense is struggling and put points on the board to really separate them.
One more play before the 2-minute timeout. 2nd down and 10. Rennie, quick pass. It's caught by Acosta. He's got a first down. Rennie took a big shot, though, at the end of that play. He was able to get up and take us to the 2-minute timeout with 1:55 remaining. Geneva up by 15.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft serve and shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
First down for Teal. Ariel Pierre has been terrific defensively for Geneva in this one, as the Golden Tornadoes have won 8 straight against the Tomcats, looking to make it 9 today. Pass complete there to Acosta. He goes out of bounds. 4 seconds come off the clock after the pickup of 4 yards.
In the situation you have dug yourself as a team now with the Teal offense on the field, only having a minute 51, you got to get 2 scores, but you also have 3 timeouts, which means if you don't get this onside kick and you are able to hold the Geneva team into a 3 and out, you have an opportunity to get the ball back if you can score, but you have to give yourself enough time to be able to score a second time if you're given the opportunity.
You have to go fast. Two receivers line up to the near side, one to the far side for Rennie in the shotgun. Rennie under pressure, tries to dump it off to Logan. Logan's got it, and there's some open running room. Picks up a first down, still going. He runs over a defender to the 40-yard line. Big run by Logan. He ran right over Tylon Cousin Jr., the freshman corner. He continues to drive now into Geneva territory. And whistles blowing the play dead as the player is down.
And there was a huge collision that happened on this play between Logan and 3 of the Geneva defenders, all converging to the football.
And it's Cousin Jr. who's down on the play.
There's a lot of open space for Logan as soon as he gets this football, but then he's immediately met with 3 defenders at the same time, and just a massive collision at the point of attack.
And you see Cousin Jr. there. Looks like, Alex, he's wearing the Guardian cap on his helmet. Helps with player safety, trying to prevent concussions and just overall player health. 1:41 left in the fourth. Coming up next for Teal. Back at home for 2 games, Westminster and Allegheny, before going back on the road at Case Western Reserve. 3 o'clock kickoff, 1 o'clock kickoff, 6 o'clock kickoff for the Tomcats. And on the opposite side for Geneva, back-to-back home games against Case Western. That is the homecoming game for Geneva next weekend, followed by St. Vincent and Washington and Jefferson on the road. With 1:41 left. Cousin Jr.'s still being attended to. And the players for Geneva are all down to a knee. And training staff still out there and attending to Cousin Jr. Next week, Carnegie Mellon against Washington and Jefferson at the 2 o'clock kickoff here on KDKA+. This is the final game of the September slate. Already in week 3 of the 2024 President's Athletic Conference schedule. And we'll take a break. The training staff continues to attend to Cousin Jr. Back in a moment.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a 5A rivalry as the Peters Township Indians take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+.
Tylon Cousin Jr. was helped to the locker room. Was able to walk off the assistance of a couple of the trainers here for Geneva. So wish him well on first down and 10 at the 40-yard line of Geneva for Daniel Rennie. Rennie empty backfield. Has time. Starts to escape as pressure continues. Starts to collapse in on him. Rennie now will run with it past the 40 and goes out of bounds approaching the 35. Ran a long way to pick up 3 yards and stops the clock with 1:22 left.
And in that situation, you'd probably rather him get rid of the football than just trying to get only 3 yards. Because right now the yardage doesn't really matter. It's all about the time. And that was a lot of time he spent running around the pocket.
It was Shaheen right there who applied the pressure, and on a dive, the freshman tried to bring down Rennie. It's 2nd down and 8.
And you have about a good 30 seconds that you need to get this ball in the end zone because you still need to score twice. And right now, time's running short for this offense to get started.
Shotgun for Rennie. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Rennie with plenty of time. Flushed out to the left. Ball is out. Rennie loses it. Now tries to fall on it. He picks it up and gets taken down. The ball comes out again at the end of it. As Shaheen tries to fall on it. What a play by Geneva. Golden Tornadoes football.
And this football's been hard to corral for a lot of these players today. And you're seeing the ball bounce around. As soon as someone picks it up, they lose it again. And Rennie's really struggled holding on to this football. He's trying to extend the play, make something happen, but you also got to protect the football. And you still have an opportunity to win the game, but just giving the football away, it just proves devastating now with the Geneva team only needing a 1st down to win this football game.
So Lonnie Kraft forced the first fumble. Payne Brereton forced the second fumble, where Wyman Shaheen was able to recover it and allow Geneva to go into victory formation, take 2 knees, and officially put a bow on this game. Caleb Romano takes a knee, and the transfer quarterback, the young sophomore, 6'3", 195-pound QB, leadership is a big part of his game. And he missed his first 2 games playing for the Golden Tornadoes due to injury. In his first collegiate start, no better way to start than 1-0.
And first collegiate start, like you said, 1-0. And Coach DeMarco loves what he sees out of Romano. Able to throw a passing touchdown, which doesn't really happen a lot with the Geneva team that runs the football so many times. And we see all the attempts that are made with the rushes. And to be able to finish your game out in victory formation, and Coach Gino DeMarco finally getting his first win of the season.
The Geneva College Golden Tornadoes scored 21 unanswered points. And down the Teal Tomcats 21-6 at home in prime time on KDKA Plus. It's the Golden Tornadoes who bring the storm and win it tonight in Beaver Falls. 2 teams meeting at midfield as the Golden Tornadoes have now won 9 games in a row against Teal. After facing off against 2 teams ranked in the top 20 in the entire country and giving up 41 points in both games, Geneva only gives up 6 points tonight against the Tomcats offense.
And we've seen a lot of good offensive plays in the first half and then a lot of great defensive plays in the second half. And those turnovers, Teal was so put at a disadvantage whenever they're turning the ball and putting the ball on the floor. And Daniel Rennie, who started out this game the best way he could have ever started with throwing that long touchdown pass to Stone, wasn't able to pick up where he started through the rest of this football game.
Geneva closes the game rushing for 241 yards. Teal only 34 net rushing yards, 223 yards through the air compared to 46 for Geneva. But with Geneva with almost 300 yards of total offense, Teal just over 250 total yards. But it was fumbles and problematic issues for Teal offensively. Just too many turnovers. 3 fumbles, 2 of them lost by Teal, including 3 interceptions that was thrown by Daniel Rennie. He was also sacked 3 times. 21-6, Geneva wins it. And Ariel Pierre with the play of the game is our player of the game with Robert Mangino after his pick 6 to seal it.
Thank you very much, Ariel Pierre, and the player of the game. This defense was absolutely standout today. What was the difference between this game and the previous 2?
Like we were practicing really hard. Coach got on us because the way we were playing, he didn't like how we wasn't rallying to the football. So he got on us about that this week, and that's what we've been practicing. Just playing as a team, playing as a group, and like just play like don't be a hero and just play what you're supposed to do. Just play and have fun.
Big play for you today was that pick 6. Tell me what you were seeing when that ball was coming to you.
At first I was pressing, then he ran a comeback, and the way the quarterback was rolling out, and he threw it, and I just saw the ball in the air. If I see it in the air, it's mine. It don't matter who you are. I'm just gonna go get it.
You guys were dominant, not only were able to control and keep everything in front of you except for that one big splash play. Your guys up front controlling the line on the rushing as well.
Yeah, we're just the main thing we were doing on the line was just don't just keep one group in. We're just we're switching out every player on the defensive side, so we didn't get tired, and that was the biggest key.
Congratulations, wonderful game, big win. Congratulations on the player of the game.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Have a blessed one. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin.
Thank you, Mangino, and thank you to Ariel Pierre from Naples, Florida, the sophomore defensive back, making the play of the game with the pick six to officially put a bow on this one and wrap up the first win for Gino DeMarco of the season. As last year's matchup was a 20-9 final score, this season Geneva only limits Teal to 6 points. That came in the first quarter. And a great job by Geneva defensively, Alex, in those final 3 quarters to just continue to not allow Teal to get any offensive momentum.
And they stopped the home run ball, and that killed them in the first quarter, and they completely eliminated that, and Teal wasn't able to overcome that deficit.
Upcoming schedule for Teal, Westminster, Allegheny, as well as Case Western Reserve. As head coach Gino DeMarco in his 32nd season, liking what he saw today. Was it a better performance in that second half? Let's find out from Coach.
Thank you very much, Coach. We were talking earlier this week. You said you needed a win tonight.
Yeah,
How important was this win?
It was a must-win. I mean, you have to get this. And the situation that we were in, offensively being sluggish the first 2 weeks against great football teams, we needed a win. And I think defensively, we're getting a little bit better. I really believe that. Really, the guys just fought, and we needed a game like this. But I'm going to give Teal a lot of credit. I'll tell you what, they are much improved, and he does an excellent job. He really does. That was a heck of a college football game.
What I saw tonight was a continuation of that game against CMU for the first 3 quarters on defense. Your guys were great at being able to stop the run, and when it came down to it, stopping the pass too.
Yeah, and we had a couple guys. We've been, playing without some people on defense, and we had some kids step up. We got a lot of freshmen on both sides of the ball. We are, like I told you, we're an ugly football team. And that's an ugly win right there, 21-6, right?
It's impressive.
Ugly.
It isn't the most beautiful win I've ever seen, but it's a win for the Golden Tornadoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about this defense. It's young. You only have 2 seniors, 1 grad student, and 3 freshmen that are starters listed.
Yeah, I think the thing is we're moving around a little bit more. We're trying to mix some things in. I'm really excited about the kids we have. The thing is, they're just hungry. They're learning how to compete again. We're learning as a program how to compete. That is the biggest thing that we needed to do this year with all this young team, is to be able to come out and play hard, compete, and then eventually we're going to learn how to win. That's going to happen.
You got to see Caleb Romano. What did you think about his performance tonight?
I thought, honestly, for not playing football for 2 years and the first college start, he missed some reads. He did this, that, and the other. The kid's tough. He's a leader. He's going to bounce back. He's going to be much better. Obviously there was a couple things that we can clean up, but I'm going to, the kids we got on offense, those kids up front are young too. They're young, and this is just, I haven't been used to this. In all 32 years, I've never had this team so young, but this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, only a couple of seniors on defense and on offense as well. It's really remarkable what your coaching staff has been able to put together.
They did a great job. They do a great job. They invest so much into these kids, not only from a football standpoint, just from a character standpoint, and just from a standpoint of loving them as just young men. And like I told you before, when you're at a Christian school, you have to play physical football. You have to. And I think we're trying to get back to that. We really are. That's what we had done when we were successful before. But our coaching staff, I'll tell you what, the guys did an incredible job.
Coach, congratulations on the big win.
Yeah, that's good. I think I'm going to go home and get my hair washed.
And get his hair washed. Gino DeMarco, big victory tonight, 21-6 over Teal. He talked about winning ugly. When we were talking to him earlier this week, he says they play like he looks. But it's a win tonight, guys.
Gino DeMarco, he might consider himself ugly, but he really is a beautiful soul. What a man. So great to be able to hear from him with Robert Mangino, thanks to the coach. As he said, he wants to package Christian masculinity, which is so important the Christian faith here at Geneva with football, and they did a great job of showcasing that tonight. Geneva upcoming Case Western Reserve next Saturday at 3 o'clock, followed by St. Vincent and Washington and Jefferson. 2 road games after back-to-back home games for the Golden Tornadoes. 21-6 the final score. Geneva wins it. First win of the season for the Golden Tornadoes to improve to 1-2. Teal falls to 0-3 on the season as Geneva's won 9 straight against the Tomcats. Thanks to our entire Emmy-winning crew here for JRM Video Production, including Jake Mislipchik and Ryan Milan inside our production truck. For Robert Mangino and Alex Terrett, I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, where Geneva wins it 21-6. Been watching a presentation of the PAC Game of the Week on KDKA+.